Hello, good morning, and welcome to Breakfast Daily. My name is Jude Duncan. This is the day the Lord has made. We'll rejoice and be glad in it. It's a Monday and it's a new week, and we come your way with your most exciting, informative news review show right here on Channel 1 TV. Like we do always, we would want to quickly remind you of the weather forecast for the day. So this is the summary of today's weather, and it reads: mist or fog patches are expected to form over parts of the coast, forest, and mountainous areas during the early hours of the day amidst mostly cloudy conditions. A few places within southern Ghana may experience slight rain or drizzle from this morning and the afternoon. Sunny weather with occasional cloudiness will prevail over parts of the country as the day progresses. However, thunderstorms or rain are likely to affect parts of the middle, transition, and northern sectors during the afternoon and evening hours. It's also important to note that relatively cool night and early morning temperatures are expected across the country, and the state of the sea is expected to be rough as well. And this is kind courtesy the Ghana Meteorological Agency. If you are watching now, it's important you give them a quick follow on all their social media platforms. You can go on YouTube. It's the Ghana Meteorological Agency on YouTube. On X is at Ghana Met. That is their handle. The Met is MET. On WhatsApp, they have a WhatsApp channel where you can find them when you search Ghana Meteo Agency. And on TikTok, it's the Ghana_Met_official. So please do want to give them a follow, share the content, and let's all keep informed on the weather forecast for the day and beyond. Also, This is Ghana exhibition is happening soon at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. This coming weekend, it's on the 29th and the 30th of August 2026, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. And it's an exhibition for local SME startups, homegrown businesses, innovations, and indigenous corporate bodies. So whatever you are doing that generates some income or revenue, that is proudly Ghanaian. This is the fair for you. And we say this because we believe strongly that based on previous experiences, we are more than confident that this year is going to be better, bigger, and even more profitable for your businesses, not necessarily in the sense of sales, but in the networking opportunities that will be available and all of the other amazing things that will be happening on the sideline. So please do want to be a part of this. Slots are still open, but they are very limited. So if you are watching right now, you are interested, I would want you to call the number 0205 973 973. Placing the call, make sure you fulfill all that it's needed to be done to validate your being part of this very big exhibition. So it's everything Ghana, right? And we believe strongly that when we support local small businesses like this, it is the transformative tool we need to spare our economy and change it from an import dependent one to an export dependent one, which will create jobs and many other opportunities for young persons. So please do want to be a part of this, and we want to say a big thank you to our proud sponsors, EcoBank, the Pan African Bank, MTN everywhere you go, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center, JIPC. So please, it's happening on the 29th and the 30th of August 2026. You can log on to our social media and hear all of the amazing stories and testimonies from vendors and patrons who were part of previous editions. And I'm sure you would be able to make up your mind on where to be on the 29th and the 30th of August later this month. Moving on, the Channel One News app is also live and active on the Google Play Store. All you need to do is to just do a quick search, click on the install button, and with that, you're good to go. So the news is up there for you. The video content we generate as well. All of our amazing events, including the This Is Ghana exhibition, details of it is all up on the Google Play Store. And I'm referring to the Channel One News app on the Google Play Store. So please be a part of what is happening. Perfectly curated for your information and educative and everything, as far as the news is concerned. It's your go-to place, the Channel One News app. And download it, tell a friend about it, and let's get everyone on board this amazing app. Moving on, the literacy challenge. Gradually, we are scaling down to the number one, the best, and the one who would walk away with not only the exciting prizes, but also the bragging rights, right? So the big announcement of the 10 regional teams will be happening on the City Breakfast Show on radio today. That's Monday, the 24th of August, 2026. And also on Breakfast Daily, when I'm done and the team takes over at exactly 9 a.m. There'll be an exciting announcement today. So please stay tuned. Keep watching Channel One TV. Keep listening to CTFM for the big top 10 announcement of the regional teams. You definitely don't want to miss out on it. They successfully had their aptitude test a couple of weeks ago at the British Council Hall, and now we are awaiting the big announcement of the 10 regional teams, and that will be done on CTFM and Channel One TV. Of course, we will publish the list on citynewsroom.com and Channel One newsonline.com, so you don't miss a thing. But like I said earlier, a simplified place to get all of this is when you log on to the Channel One News app. So please do want to download it and get to know the top 10 regional teams. It's a big announcement, and I'm sure you definitely don't want to miss out on this. Having shared with you all that is happening by way of quick reminders, it's now time for us to delve into the big headline stories as being reported by the newspapers, and of course we'll delve into the online portals as well. But I'll start off with the Ghanaian Times newspaper. They say they are the most authoritative newspaper. Big front page story: nation attracts 2.62 billion FDI in 2025. Manufacturing leads investment drive. It comes with a photograph of Mrs. Elizabeth Ofosu Ajare, who is the Minister for Trade and Industry, and also Mr. Maje, who is the Ghana Investment Promotion Center CEO, as well as other dignitaries. Also here, Minister orders police to crush illegal security group. Story on page 13 of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Still on the front page, Reverend Wengam rallies church behind growth agenda after landslide victory, and he is the General Superintendent of the Assemblies of God, Ghana. Ghana Meteorological Agency warns of funding crisis over Ghana Civil Aviation Authority arrears. Story also on page 13 of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Finally here, minority seeks full reconciliation of IMF Gold Board accounts. Moving on to the back page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper, clearing of Accra Kumasi Expressway nears completion. And also here, Ghana Health Service outdoors 5 documents to coordinate public health. And these are the big stories on the back page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. We'll move on to the Daily Guide newspaper. And they are also reporting here 50 battle for MPP top posts. Story on page 3, 50 battle for MPP top posts. Also on the front page, Afoko files MPP national chairmanship nomination Tuesday. Story on page 3 comes with a photograph of the former MPP national chairman, Paul Afoko. Also here on the front page, Reverend Wengam re-elected AG Ghana General Superintendent, and Supreme Court affirms selective vacation sittings, dismisses injunction. Also here, Mahama rescues Adamu's resources, and if time permits, it will be the third topic we'll be dealing with on the show today. Moving on to the Chronicle newspaper, Paul Afoko files chairmanship papers tomorrow. Story on page 3. Also here, extortion claim against Apenyo is false. Mama Pat speaking there, and Mama Pat is the deputy minority leader. And as always, the Chronicle newspaper have for us the word of the Lord, and it's from Proverbs 12:19, and it says, "The truthful lip shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment." The truthful lip shall be established forever, but a lying tongue is but for a moment. Moving on to the back page of the Chronicle newspaper, Arm Wrestling. Egyptian ambassador commends Ghana Arm Wrestling calls for collaborative development. And to some sports-related matter, Man City scored 2 late goals to beat Bournemouth, and Hull City stand Manchester United on dream debut, on dream return to EPL. And these are the big back page stories on the Chronicle newspaper. Moving on to the Custodian newspaper, they say they are fearless, fair, and reliable. Big front page story, minority vow to probe 22 billion gold trading loss, dismisses diversionary extortion claims. Also here, Chief of Staff others call for clean environment. 50 seek 11 national executive positions in the MPP. And Gordon Asari Bediako, who was in the running for the National Communications Director position of the MPP, quits as he endorses Miracles Dennis Abuaje. And on the back page of the Custodian newspaper, Ghana now spends less than 20% revenue on debt servicing, and that's from the Minister for Finance, Kiselato Forson. The Insight newspaper, big front page story here, Mahama rescues Adamu's resources, grants 12-month reprieve in standoff with Lands Ministry. Also here, concerns mount over demolition of Ayalolo Kimbu Terminal for stalls, and that comes with the Minister for Local Government designate, Mahama Ayariga. He hasn't been vetted, right? So he hasn't assumed office yet as Minister for Local Government and Decentralization. And also, to some other stories here, Africa must take ownership of all of its future. Spokesperson for the Vice President, Amma Pratt, speaking there. We'll move on to the Herald newspaper, and the big front page story they have here, appeals court judges inheritance fraud accusation against Samoku Jeto and others as very serious. To some other stories, 61 boxes of Tramol go missing at Kanishi police station. Ghana targets global capital with 12 sector investment campaign, Mahama to feature in GIPA videos. Apinto Chiefs and Ken Ashigbe disagree over Takwe's gold ownership. Ghana's debt service burden drops from over 50% to below 20%. And that's Kiselato Forson speaking there. Moving on to the Economy Times. The Economy Times newspaper. Bank of Ghana reviews collateral rules to tackle 4.8 billion SME financing gap. Also here on the front page, rising producer costs threaten pace of Ghana's disinflation. And also, T-bill demand hits 14.3 billion Ghana cedis. And these are the big front page stories on the Economy Times newspaper. I'll take you online now and bring you some of the big headline stories. CityNewsroom.com is reporting that Parliament reconvenes today after Babing's call. Also here, government targets 12 billion pipeline investments for jobs and production. Xenophobic attacks. MTN Ghana commits 20 million Ghana cedis to support returnees. And Adamus welcomes 12-month government-backed plan to revive the mine. The NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman Koka is in the news as he says NPP must restore discipline integrity to regain support in Ashanti. Also here, Bampo Addo's death, a major loss to organized labor, and that's from the Fair Wages and Salaries Commission. Newly appointed teachers don't need to apply for salary adjustments, and that's from the Ghana Education Service. Police arrest suspect in 1.1 million fake gold scam in Brekum, and a wildlife guard has been shot dead by a suspected poacher at the Karkum Forest Reserve. Ghana National Fire Service dismisses claims of unpaid 2025 rent allowance. Moving on to some other stories, Petrosol lists 200 million note program on the Ghana Stock Exchange today, and Medina residents fear fire electrocution over unsafe electricity installations. Let me take you to the graphic.com.gh. They also have the story here where the police have arrested a suspect in a 1.1 million fake gold deal at Brekum. Methodist Church ordains 83 ministers, and the Asante Hene embarks on a 2-week working visit to the USA. And to some other stories here, there's a video of what President Mahama said in a TRT World interview on ending Ghana's dependency syndrome. He also goes on to speak about the reparations motion that the Foreign Affairs Minister, together with some other member states of the African Union, put forward at the United Nations. All of that was mentioned on the interview the president had with TRT World. Finally here, don't reduce journalism to contest for attention, serve public needs, and that's from Kwesi Pratt. Let me take you to channel1newsonline.com. channel1newsonline.com. Bagre Dam spillage, no threats to lives and property. Northeast Regional Minister speaking. Adamus expresses confidence in 12-month plan to revive the mine. Also here, MTN Ghana apologizes for delayed condemnation of xenophobic attacks in South Africa. The Executive Secretary for COPEC, Duncan Amwa, says government has no business building markets for 24-hour economy. He made this remark on the big issue on Channel 1 TV tomorrow, Sunday, over the weekend. Some other stories here. The Roads and Highways Minister governs Kwame Agboja says there's a plan for a nationwide shift to solar street lights. And the Absa Auto Fair patrons excited over discounts and financing options. Bampo Addo was a formidable voice in Ghana's labor relations, and that's from the Fair Wages Salary Commission. And may his gentle soul rest in perfect peace. UPSA launches accounting software to strengthen students' practical skills, and 20% VAT worsening housing affordability crisis. And that's from Grida. Finally here on channel1newsonline.com, Bank of Ghana rejects lower inflation target push. Let me finally end with some headlines on the international front. And the BBC is reporting Benham arrives in Ukraine with plans to hand over UK blueprints for long-range missiles. And Trump says Canada wants benefits of being US state after trade talks collapse. Nearly 3 million Teslas recalled in China over hidden door handles, and China probes use of formaldehyde to keep cabbages fresh. Australian shark attack victim grateful for second chance at life. And Guinea rubbish landfill collapse kills 30. To some other story, Shane, a popular online shopping platform, aims for almost 27 billion valuation in stock market debut. $27 billion in valuation in stock market debut. Big story there. And France links sharp rise in drownings to heat waves. And the Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney is in the news as he faces a crucial test after walking away from Trump's deal. And these are the big stories here on bbc.com. You can log on to read some more if you are interested in any of the headlines mentioned. But let me just quickly, by way of information, bring to you excerpts of some of the big stories reported. And I'll start off with this from Parliament, and it's a story by Beblin London. Parliament reconvenes today after Speaker Gbagben's recall. And excerpts of the story reads, Parliament will today, Monday, August 24, reconvene for a special sitting following a recall by the Speaker, Alban Gbagben. The recall comes less than a month after the House adjourned on July 31, 2026, bringing members of Parliament back to the chamber to attend to what the Speaker has described as urgent parliamentary business. The Speaker exercises authority under Order 58.4 of the Standing Orders of Parliament, which empowers the Speaker to recall the House during an adjournment when circumstances require Parliament to resume. The story goes on to say the decision is expected to allow MPs to deliberate on matters considered to be too urgent to wait until the next scheduled sitting of the House. Parliament is expected to sit on Monday, 24th August to Friday, 28th August during the recall period. The House is also expected to consider the nominations of Minister-designate for Local Government, Chieftaincy and Religious Affairs, Mahama Yariga, and the Minister-designate for Environment, Science and Technology, Zaneto Ajeman Rollins. Moving on to some other stories, and this is a story we'll be discussing pretty shortly on the show, and it's in relation to the Saglemi housing project, which has stalled for some time. But thankfully, the president visited the site last week and assured that the completion of it will be on course for March 2027 for the first 700 units, after which by December 2027, another 1,500 units will be completed. And the story here by Kojo Pong Kruma, it was an interview he granted to my colleague Hansen Ajeman in the Channel 1 newsroom, and he reads, a former Minister for Works and Housing, Kojo Pong Kruma, has observed the progress made so far by the private developer on the Saglemi affordable housing project, has vindicated a private sector participation PSP model pursued by the New Patriotic Party administration to complete the long-delayed housing project. Mr. Pong Kruma, during whose tenure the project was revived, said he was encouraged by the current National Democratic Congress government had maintained the PSP arrangement instead of abandoning it and returning the entire financial burden to the state. The Member of Parliament for Ofuasi Ayubi made a remark while speaking to journalists about the development at Saglemi housing project following President John Dramani Mahama's visits to the site on Thursday, August 20th, 2026. And the story goes on to say the Saglemi project has been at the center of the housing debate for more than a decade. Conceived as a major affordable housing development, the project was expected to provide thousands of housing units, but became stalled amid financing difficulties, construction challenges, and political controversy over how it should be completed. Under the Akufo-Addo administration, Mr. Pong Kruma advocated the involvement of private capital and expertise to revive the project. The proposal attracted opposition from sections of the then minority who questioned aspects of the arrangement and raised concerns about the government's approach to the project. Mr. Pong Kruma, however, has consistently maintained that the private sector arrangement was properly structured and intended to protect the state's interest while avoiding further significant financial commitments from the government. And this is a story, like I said, we'll be discussing right here when my panel joins me pretty shortly. Also up for discussion, Chairman Wontumi picks nomination forms. He's among some 50 persons vying for 11 positions within the national or the new Patriotic Party national elections, right? And the big question is, how will he able to go through vetting and even serve as national chairman should he go on to win the contest? Is there a problem with the NPP's law, or because they consider him a political prisoner, he's okay to run for such an office? All of these questions will try and seek the necessary answers from my panel when they join me. Ibrahim Ejay is a member of the New Patriotic Party's communications team, and also Wanda Kuto will be joining us as well, and of course the News Center editor Elvis Darko. Don't miss out on this conversation that will be happening pretty shortly. For now, we'll take a quick break. When we are back, we'll go behind the headlines. Don't go away.
Welcome to The Point of View. This is your favorite current affairs show here on Channel One Television. On The Point of View, we pick the right topics, get the right guests, and ask them relevant questions on issues that matter to you.
With the complexities of the issues happening around us on a daily basis, it's the hard-hitting conversations and the probing questions of The Point of View.
So what is the Public Account Committee's job?
So what we do is to scrutinize, clarify, and find out why certain infractions have been made.
What do these IMF programs try to do?
The current program is for budget support.
Okay.
There are no projects attached.
That teases apart the twisted entanglements of politics and governance, as well as religious and social discourse. The Point of View brings you the policymakers and duty bearers and drills down to the very bottom of issues.
What authority do you have?
The Point of View airs every Monday and Wednesday at 9 p.m. only on Channel One TV.
Looking for everything made in Ghana? All in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Good. I'm going to give you something to chop.
Well, hello, gentlemen.
Oh, hello.
Yes, hello.
We're making a very special meal, and it's special for many reasons. One of those reasons would be that all the ingredients we're using here, pretty much all of them, you can find them in Ghana. First co-executive chef is Zia Chowdhury, the Zia Chowdhury. He is the UN Resident Coordinator here in Ghana. And we have the Mr. Edmund Mukala, who is the representative of UNESCO to Ghana, as we make this prawn curry with really a rice and lentil pottage. We're also really reliving some of the things that we know here in Ghana.
I have to say, I do love groundnut stew with fufu. But my absolute favorite, and this I think is unusual for many people, is okra soup.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Everpack, Tasty Tom, and Electroland Ghana Limited.
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily. My name is Jude Duncan. After giving you the big headlines, it's now time for us to go beyond the headlines to delve into the stories and bring you the necessary, the details really behind the headlines. And to help us do this, we have Elvis Darko, who is the lead editor for the News Center newspaper and the newscenter.com online portal. Elvis, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Day.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Oh, being alive is the whole thing, but the point is, pocket is dry. Man is under a lot of financial stress.
Oh, is that the case?
Oh yeah, you
But
know for
inflation is down.
my brother. See, sometimes let's not go to those kind of arguments. Okay, we are not here to discuss that today. Here is about it, because if you want to talk about, I always tell you that see, economy, the word economy is big.
Yeah.
Okay. That individuals feel the economy differently. So when you want to really know the impact of the economy, it's not about the big picture.
The macro
It's about the mind. It's about individuals at the level there. How are they feeling that big economy? If the individual at the bottom are telling you that yes, the figures look good on paper, but personally, I don't feel that translating in my life, then you realize that there's an issue. If people say, oh, the figures are not looking good, but we think there's money in the system. When I go to sell, people buy. I'm able to afford things. You can say that the overall picture doesn't look good.
Let
but
us
then
finish
people,
building the 24-hour market. Then I'm sure
it's now there's a clarification that it's not even a 24-hour secretariat that is in charge of that, and that we shouldn't say it's a 24-hour secretariat project.
Yeah, but
so
it's
the
still
market
24-hour market. So when we finish building it, our pockets will be lined because then economic activity will be.
You see, I have always told you that Elvis Darko City knows very well that there are institutions that can operate 24 hours. In this country, hospitals operate 24 hours, right?
Let me introduce
If you go to the Mapor, the security department, they operate 24 hours. If you go to the mines, do you know the big, large mining company, they work 24 hours?
That is true.
So the 24 hours apply to specific sectors. And I'm saying that if it becomes a government policy, my interest is that under government policy, how many institutions now are operating 24 hours, but we're not doing so before the policy came?
Elvis,
and how many people have been recruited because of the new
I'll come to you
policy
to explain further on that, but you said the pockets are dry.
Oh, personally, as for me, I'm not saying everybody's pockets off. Please don't get me. I'm saying that you ask me how I'm doing.
Yeah.
And I'm saying health-wise, I'm good.
Yeah.
But my pocket is dry. I'm not saying that every Ghanaian's pocket is dry.
Yeah.
Wanda
is sitting next to you.
And as I told you, people feel the economy differently.
Maybe he too can share with us whether or not his pocket is dry. Wanda, it's always a pleasure. Good morning and welcome. By the way, Wanda is a National Executive Committee member of the NDC and also a published author. Right, and he published his book sometime earlier this year, in March, and yeah. I wish you'd have brought a copy again, so we put it here. But that's fine.
A poster on his car. It's like he's
but the books at the bookshop, the rest of Ghana.
Bookshop.
It's on Amazon. It's not at the Makola, the Ghana School of Law bookshop. The immigration formula.
I think the Amazon is always you emphasize me when people want to buy things
on Amazon.
online.
Once you go on Amazon and you type immigration formula,
get the book.
up.
Amazing. Amanda, how you doing?
Yeah, fine. We've been on the grounds. Yeah, I went to Enchi, Bibiani, Swaman. I mean, all over.
How's the campaign going?
Oh, small. You know, experience is key in this game. Experience is key. 4 years ago, I ran for NEC member and I got a massive endorsement at Accra Sports Stadium, over 1,600 votes. And they've seen my work. They've seen me defend the party, the government, and we are all set to run for the position of Deputy National Communication Officer, inshallah, when the nominations.
You're confident?
Oh, yeah, inshallah.
Deputy National Communication
Officer.
Oh, okay.
So last week, for example, we were in Fomina, we went to New Dubiasi. I mean, we were all over. Bosumtwe, Bekwai, Obuasi East, Obuasi West, Akrofomo, Dotobri, Kwabri South. I mean, we've been on the grounds, and so far so good. Then we quickly moved to Volta. We met the southern voter in Soka-Kope. Then we moved to Ho to meet the central voter. I mean, the whole West, whole Central, and all of that. So far so good.
The last time I heard of you were in London. Was that also for campaign?
No, of course, in London I met the diaspora. They also vote.
Yeah, that's what
I met them. But that was when President Mahama was having the town hall meeting in North London. Yeah.
But he didn't mention that you were in London.
No, I'm doing grassroots.
I saw that one.
I don't mind. I'm doing grassroots.
It's expensive. You have to go all the way abroad to campaign.
Obviously, I told you. Ibrahim, I salute, sir. Good morning and welcome. How are you doing?
Alhamdulillah.
How is your party, the new patriotic party? How are you guys doing?
Very vibrant.
Amazing.
We're looking forward to October 5th when we have our national NEC elections. And I think we are on track to really deliver a strong campaign, a strong manifesto for the people of Ghana. And so in answering your question directly, the MPP is in a good position. There's more work to do. There's a lot of work for us to do, given what's happening with this failing government across board. Elvis is right. Economy is a big word.
Is your pocket dry too?
It's like Sahara Desert.
Oh,
yeah.
But you left office barely 2 years ago.
It's not about you come to office barely 2 years ago. Has your electricity increased by 30% or not? Dude, it's a question, not directly at you. Under MPP, you were paying 30% less electricity. Now you're paying more. Now you're paying 19.75% more for your water. Tell the fufu seller and whether or not that water is a vital component. Because now our cost of production has increased. They keep talking about inflation rate 3.6 or 5 point that. 2 weeks ago, we had petrol increasing by 9.86%.
What do you say to people who feel like if you had left behind a resilient and a very strong economy, we wouldn't have come back to this barely 2 years after?
You know, you look at the trajectory. From the time that we left office, and I'm speaking specifically in the year 2024, that fiscal year, you saw inflation from 53% going down to 24. You saw, in fact, inflation, and not just inflation. You also saw the exchange rate, again, getting stronger to 14.75. It's now hovering around 11, 12. So all the indicators, in terms of what we were doing, saw that the economy had bounced back and was becoming resilient. I mean, you even had the Bank of Ghana governor applauding Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia that indeed the gold purchase initiative had helped to strengthen the economy.
Even though we ran at the 400 million loss under your tenure.
I'm coming. You're talking about resilience. How did they sell 27 tons of gold if we had not built a resourceful or a resilient economy? They sold 27 tons. We inherited 8 tons from them, increased to over 32 tons, and they sold 27 tons of gold. So these are the things that you've got to look at when you say, did we or did we not leave a resilient economy? And then you look at incidences recently. What happened to the AXA Energy issue? What happened there?
Ibrahim, today we are focusing on Saglemi.
Sure.
So let's start with that one, because if we go into the economy, Elvis will...
I understand, but I wanted to give you the background as to why...
I think
and a message to Ato Forson. You asked me 2 years. They owe us our end of service benefit. something that was approved. I'm talking about former government appointees.
Yeah, I saw Koyo Esuman, former counsel to the president, talk about it on social media.
I mean, it is reprehensible. Ghana is Ghana. And when you do politics like that, spiritually as well as physically, you lose some favor with God. Now, I'm not saying that in a spiritual sense. In 2017, when we came to power, NDC government officials were paid. And I was in Jubilee House, as you know. By the end of August, first week in September of 2017, their ex gratia, as you call it, or end of service benefit, had been paid. It took, and in March of 2025, this was approved, because I spoke to the budget director at Jubilee House. Has it been approved? He said, yes, March of 2025. We're now in what? August 2026. They took a long time. Yeah, I mean, I leave that to Ato Force. At some point, we'll get paid. So I'm not peeved by that.
How much are you owed?
I don't know the exact amount. What they do, they calculate your 4 years worth of your salary, and there's some kind of calculation whereby you get a portion of that 4 years amount. But the point that I want to make is this: you know, in every situation we say Alhamdulillah, all praise be to Allah. But what Ato Force needs to understand, and it's not just us, even contractors are not getting paid. And so you see that, what Elvis was saying earlier, and I'll land on this last point, Jude, there is no liquidity in the system. Yes, and maybe I'm talking my own, because they say, talk your own matter, but I'm talking Ghana's matter. Contractors are suffering for works done, but they're not being paid. And you wonder what kind of propaganda machinery that Honorable Ato Forson is playing. You want the headlines to look good. I was in, not me, my brother was in Abosoka Island, I promise you, over the weekend. You know, normally Abosoka, where the car mechanics are, you can't find parking space, normally, because the place is choked. You could park anywhere you wanted in Abosoka. There's nothing happening right now in this economy, but we'll touch upon it. Saglemi is an issue
people are buying Chinese cars.
Sorry?
I'm saying maybe people are buying Chinese cars now. So the Abosoka market is being affected. Maybe because Zonda is doing incredible
and
work.
BYD.
Right?
Alhamdulillah.
So maybe that. Anyway, the big conversation today, Saglemi, a $200 million facility was granted to the government of Ghana in 2012. It started under the presidency of the late former president, John Evans Atta Mills. He would pass. President Mahama in his first term would take on this project. It was started, buildings were erected at the current site. Then what happened? Of course, 2016 election, it was lost. The previous government came into office and they raised concerns. Now, as part of the concerns raised, the amount, which was $200 million, as of the time the government came into office, 198 million of that money has been spent. The initial design was for a 5,000 housing unit. It was scaled down to 1,500 housing units, but the same amount of money was spent. Government was not satisfied after an audit by, I think, the Institute of Surveyors and Engineers, looked into the matter. Some 5 persons were prosecuted. Alhaji Collins Dauda, who was a former Works and Housing Minister when the project started, Novitete Angelo Kweku Ajeman Mensa, Alhaji Ziblin Yakubu, and Andrews Klokanas. Now, these 5 people were prosecuted by the then Attorney General Godfrey Dami over issues relating to misappropriation of public funds and other charges. And of course, the new government will come in, and like many other cases, the AG, the current AG, filed a nolle prosequi to discontinue the cases, and we are left with the current state of it. Government says it will complete it by the first 700 units by March 2027, and another 1,500 units by December 2027. Maybe I'll start off with you, Elvis, because clearly it brings to the question again issues around the continuity of government. A lot of people expected that once Mahama couldn't finish this and the buildings were erected, at least the MPP government within 8 years would have found it worthy to finish it. What do you make of such arguments, especially when people say we should push for a law to ensure that governments, when they come on board, finish projects started by the previous government, especially when a certain level of threshold of capital expenditure has been committed to the project?
Yeah, I'm of the opinion that it's public money. That is number one. It is not the politicians, their personal money. And that public money belongs to every Ghanaian. And in this case, you talk about Sagleme. The $200 million loan we took is on our public debt. No, we are talking about Ghana's public debt. This money is part of it. And it is taxes that will be collected from all of us to pay.
True.
So when taxpayers' money has been used to start a project, and then change of government, the projects are abandoned, is the biggest crime we are committing against the people of Ghana. But we have turned it to NDC, NPP politics. So we are not seeing the grave injustice we are doing to the people. Because the projects that you have abandoned is not for you. It's meant to benefit the people. The project is meant to benefit the people. And the people, their money that is being used to undertake the project. So the more remember we turn it to NDC, NPP, we are doing the greatest and the gravest injustice to the people who are supposed to benefit from that if it had been completed. To me, that is the biggest. So in Sagleme, we have suffered a double jeopardy. In the sense that we said out of the 200 million, when the NPP assumed office in 2017 and the first assessment was done, the conclusion was that the total work done is just valued around $70 million. So about $130 million is gone, but can't be accounted for based on that work that has been done in 2017, 2018. That was why the government was going after the people. But you see, once we have lost the $130 million, in today it's over 1.3 billion Ghana cedis in just one case, okay? Then we also left the project to rot. Instead of completing it and making people to inhabit it whilst we chase the people we are accusing of embezzling the money, we abandoned the project too. So we have suffered the jeopardy of the project deteriorating and will cost Ghana more to complete. And at the same time, we cannot account for the $130 million we are saying that had not been invested in the project. So you can see that if we had completed the project and people are inhabiting it, we would not have suffered that jeopardy, as we would have said that the project because people are there. And then we are going after the people who we suspect might have pocketed the money. But we didn't do that. So there are two losses. And I can tell you, documents I have reviewed, there's a second study that has been, evaluation that has been done on the project. Now we have been told by the second valuation, per what I've seen, that the actual cost of the project has now dropped from 70 million to less than 50 million. So abandoning it within this period, it means that we have lost over $20 million as well, which was in place because now almost everything has been vandalized. The electrical cables have been removed, windows, doors, everything has been removed. So abandoning it has actually cost us another over $20 million. Why do we do this to the people of Ghana? In the name of politics. And the politicians who are taking this decision to abandon those who have decided not to use all the money to the project are all working free. As the government has come and found Nolly Prosecai, now the people that we said had misused the $130 million, they are free people working because the governments are not interested in the case. This is a single case that the total amount involved, $130 million, multiplied by even 10 as the exchange rate. You are talking over 1.3 billion Ghana cedis in just a single case. But we are chasing political opponents over 5 million, 50 million cedis. When you drop a single case that the total amount involved is over 1.3 billion. That is why the corruption fight won't go anywhere, because it is partisanship. If a government is minded and it's being said that over 1.3 billion of taxpayers' money had been misused and people are in court, and you claim you are a government that want to fight corruption, you will never drop that case. But we drop the case. So the money we are saying that we are now working as people of Ghana, and government will have to take our taxpayers' money to go and pay 1.3 billion plus, which is over $130 million at the time, is gone because we have freed the people to go. And then we have incurred another over 20 to 30 million losses by abandoning the project to rot. So what do we gain by punishing the people of Ghana? Look at the housing deficit in this country. And yet a nice project like Sagleme, if you go there, you love the place. The design, the place is the place that if I have money, I'll buy a house there and stay there.
Have you been there before?
I've been there. Even the day the President Mama went there, I was there. Just recently I was there.
On Thursday.
Yes, I was there. I was spent the whole day at the project site. If you look at the drainage system they've done, if you look at the design,
they said they need another $100 million.
The assessment, because in the drainage they need to do where all the drainage will collect, and that one has not been done. Per the assessment done, you need about 60-something million to be able to complete the entire building on the land now for it to be habitable. And then electricity has not been extended to the site. The ECG at that time said they need at least $8 million to be able to extend power to the site. The community water and sanitation project, there's no water extended to the site, so they will need at least $30 million to be able to extend water to the site.
But was all of that not part of the initial $200 million loan?
And that is why we should have chased that money. And that is why those artists have not been extended to the site, because the money ran out of the escrow account. You understand? So the issue is that if you go there and you look at the design, look, the spaces in between the building alone can contain additional buildings. I'm telling you, the place is so spacious. The place is designed that the school, hospital, everything is within the enclave. In fact, when you are driving on the road, you see a large parcel of land before you see the buildings behind. I found out why they left all that land. They said that place was going to be the commercial hub. So those places are going to be filled with stores, shops and stores along the road. So the whole, you realize
so
the
it was
concept,
properly planned.
A well-planned concept for a community. Okay? So I was saying that now that President Mahama is back to power and is willing to complete it, I'm happy. And I'm saying that instead of us saying we are going to build a new Accra, a new capital, if I'm President Mahama, I will complete the agreement and use it as the beginning of the new capital, because they still have a huge land that more buildings are going to be contained there. So to me, if I'm a President Mahama, I would just say that, okay, this is the new Accra project. We complete it, we commission, people are living there, and then you expand it. You see, right now, the state money is only going to be about $50 million that is in the project. Now, the new arrangement is that government doesn't have money to complete the project. So we have given it to a private company, LMI Homes, to invest all the over $100 million to complete the project. And that becomes their share in the 1,500. And then the about $50 million evaluation becomes government share. So when they are done, their financial partners are EcoBank. So if you want to buy the houses, there's a portal you register, and then you go and take a mortgage from EcoBank. The interest rate is 10%. So you can also use the National Housing Fund, which also is offering 8% interest rate on money they will offer you. So now it is no longer a government. So when they will sell it, assuming that by the time the project is completed, government's 50 million become 40% shares.
That's what I'm saying. So technically, government is now a minority shareholder in
of course, in the project.
And that is because somebody neglected it for years.
Apart from the neglect, no. The neglect cost us about $20 million. I'll say that when the government assumed office and they did evaluation, the program, the total 1,500 houses and everything was estimated at around $70 million. Now, the second valuation has been done not too long, says that because of vandalization and stealing and deterioration of facilities, the total value of what is on the land now has dropped to about 50 million. Meanwhile, we said that the $200 million contracted for the project, the initial valuation said the total project on the land is 70 million. So it means that we've lost 130 million. So if you add the 20 million additional losses in terms of the new valuation, it means that the government of Ghana has lost about $150 million.
Fair enough.
On the project. So you can really look at how we are dissipating taxpayers' money.
In a minute, I just want you to help us address this question. So is it about time we pass a law to make governments bound them by completing existing projects of some level of capital expenditure?
It is simple, and I've always said it. Make the work of NDPC binding on every government. And leave the entire development of the country, fiscal development, in the hands of NDPC. So every government yours is to look for the money and implement. So if the NDPC says Ghana needs 500 new houses to be built this year, you as a government, your duty is to find money to build it. If we say we need 20 new universities, it's the government duty is to look. So I have said that both NPP and NDC have rejected the idea of making NDPCs binding on them.
But governments run on ideologies, you believe, right? So
ideology does not affect hospital. If you are building a hospital, what has ideology got to do with, excuse me, like Agenda 11? The main reason of establishing is that there are 88 districts in Ghana that don't have a district hospital.
And they have priorities too.
And the decision is that let's give them a district hospital. How will any government come to power and say, oh, it is okay for 88 also don't to have a hospital, so I'm going to do something else? Does that make any sense?
Fair enough.
So the ideology idea about infrastructure development is neither here nor there. The thing is that Ghanaians need those things. Ghanaians need them.
Welcoming news, isn't it?
Yeah, Jude. Good morning to you. Good morning to Mr. Daku and then Mr. Ige, and to our cherished viewers. I mean, I'm happy that you've given the background to the Saglame project. Except for me to add that if you look at the housing deficit as of 2024, it's about 1.8 million units, the housing deficit of this country. And I can say that it's as a result of this rural-urban drift. Everybody wants to come and live in Accra. In fact, this recent flooding that we have discussed several in the media is as a result of people just building anyhow. You see kiosks, containers everywhere, no planning. I mean, that was what has led to this flooding that we have experienced in recent times. Now, back to the issue of Saglame. You see, in this country, it's time that we take continuity of government projects seriously. I've always said that governance is a going concern. If you take over power, it's important that you continue what projects that are viable, you have to continue. There's something that about this government that I always praise President Mahama for. Did you realize that even this same Saglame that we are talking about, this LMI company was selected under the previous regime? Did you realize it? Imagine, then this also said, oh, we are going to investigate this private partnership stuff. We put it aside. We are going to reopen tender. Imagine what would have happened. But President Mahama said, look, let's continue. MPP came for 8 years. The site became a crime scene, Jude. For some of us that go to Volta almost every 2 weeks, sometimes when you pass and you turn and you see the Saglame site, you want to cry. You see trucks parked and people are stealing cables. All the telecommunication gadgets, washing basin, everything, windows, everything, doors have been removed for 8 years. You ask yourself, the MPP came and made some corruption allegation against the Honorable Collins Dowda and some 4 others. Fair enough. If you want to try somebody, fair enough. But what stops you from completing the project? Dude, what stops you? The money that was spent on National Cathedral could have used to complete Saglame. That hole that was dark, that funds. Now, I'm happy that you've quantified government shares now.
Government says it's coming now at a total cost of $130 million.
A project that was
taxpayer.
The total cost initially was $200 million. That was the total cost initially.
But the,
now,
the initial report said that it was $200 million for a 5,000.
Yes, and there was some remodeling.
And you scaled it down to 1,500 and still spent the same $200 million.
Yes, because there was a remodeling. Even at that.
What did they remodel about the building?
Look,
the project.
Jude, if granted that there were even the corruption issues that they raised, I'm saying that whilst trying the people in court, what stops you from completing the project? I don't want to go into the legalities. So for 8 years, so assuming the NDC also can say, okay, Agenda 111, we think that there's some corruption, we are going to try the people, and then we abandon the site. That is what the NPP did.
But that's what you have also done. None of them has been completed.
Mr. Dako, I'll come to that. I'm saying that what stops the MPP? I don't want to go into the legalities because the matter was in court for 8 good years. How did it end it? So if you're talking about financial loss between a government that had left the project to rot for 8 years, claiming or alleging corruption, between that government, who had caused the corruption itself?
You asked a fundamental question on what stopped the NPP from completing the project. What do you have to say to people who feel like the kind of politics your government at the time displayed was also a contributory factor? And I read this to you. Any private developer who has his head properly screwed on should stay away from Saglame. And there's a quote from he was member of parliament for Ningo Prampram, now Minister of State, and many others within the NDC also felt same about the MPP's decision to use a private sector approach to finish it. Your people came out quite strongly condemning the approach, only for your government to still go ahead with the same private developer. So what do you have to say to people who feel like you politicize the issue and now turn around to adopt the same approach?
Before I answer your question, let me ask you, when did this idea of private sector came in? When?
It was during Oppong Nkrumah's
Exactly,
tenure.
the dying embers of the last regime. When Kojo Oppong Nkrumah went to the Works Ministry, Kojo was at the Information Ministry for about 6-7 years. When did he move to the Works and House Ministry? It was at the dying embers of the last regime.
But your government
some of your members still
oppose it.
6 years, you allow the project to rot. 6 good years. What are you telling us? And the cost of a house in 2018, 2019, it's not the same as 2026. If government has used these national cathedral funds to complete the project and sold it out to Ghanaians,
but do you agree you played politics?
But the good news,
do you agree you played politics with it?
The NPP played politics. Clearly, the NPP played politics.
Not the NDC.
You came and
but
said,
you accused the government of trying to sell it out. In fact, if you listen to that full interview Sam George granted, he went on to even call the president and the vice president thieves. Would you say that the kind of politics at that time also contributed to
I don't know why
the
you
state
are
of the
focused
project?
On a statement that was made at when the government was about leaving power. They had power. In fact, for the first term of Nana Addo, nothing was done on Sagame.
They were in court.
I'm saying that. So what stops you? You are making allegation against some government officials. The project is there. When you take over governance, you take over assets and liabilities. You've taken over the realms of power. For 4 years, nothing was done. When you take over power, you take over assets and liabilities. That's why President Nana Addo could take a V8 and then a vehicle, the chair, carrying the V8 everywhere he goes. He was enjoying. But you left Saglama. For the first time, not even a single Sagleme. Not even a single bricks was added. And you left the place to rot. The place became a crime scene. Cables were stolen, bulbs, doors, washing basin. I said, anytime I'm on my way to Volta, you see trucks parked there, people, and the crime. If you go there now, you see, I'm sure by now, those guys have left. The place became a place for smoking, and all of
the new company has security at the place.
We thank God. We thank God. So the point is that what happened? So this issue about when did Kojo Oppong Nkrumah went to the Works Ministry? When? Check your facts. That's the point. And assuming we also when we came, we also said, oh, this whole private thing is a charade. Let's get it out. We also want to investigate. But you need a government that will be the bigger person. You need a government that will be more Ghanaian.
And that is President Mahama's government.
Exactly. And I clapped for President Mahama this morning. And Kojo Oppong Nkrumah acknowledged it. He said, let me quote him. He said, he thanked President Mahama, Kojo Oppong Nkrumah thanked President Mahama for maintaining the contractual agreement between the government of Ghana and the LMI holding. Despite is the president we want.
Despite your government accusing them of shady deals.
No, I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you.
Fair enough.
You see, and the way forward, I'm happy that by March 2027, the 700 units. The first 700 units will be ready for sale. And also, are you aware that we are looking at some mode of transport where there will be a railway line from Tema to Sagleme? And when this happens, it will even reduce the traffic situation. It's like London. You don't drive certain areas. If you drive, you pay. You pay for it. So you all park and then you use the train. So the concept itself is good. And I'm happy. I haven't not been to the site recently. But Mr. Dako was there as recent as Thursday. And he's telling you that even the drainage system, and he's even talking about the commercial hub. You can imagine the kind of employment this will
Dawa
create.
Industrial Hub is around the area. Right?
Exactly. Holdings is the one that built the Dawa Industrial. One of the reasons the project has been given is because of Dawa.
Okay.
Because the company has its own electricity distribution company. It has its own water company. It has its own internet company. So the actual Saglame is going to be like built to join Dawa for it to become a bigger city. And that's why they were going to connect the railways into the place. So the decision to give it to LMI is simply because
they know the area.
And they have done a whole lot of work. So as they are actually building the water tank at Saglame right now. Water tank to bring water is actually under construction.
And let me address this issue about the fact that the government has issued a null prosequi. Dude, a case that have been in court for 8 good years. Litigation has caused to. I can mention a number of cases for you. The Afoko case, Opuni case. Look, all this, you were in power for 8 years. People were in power for 8 years. If there was anything to prove, you had 8 years to prove it. We should keep on spending. Litigation is not free. Litigation is very
Fair
expensive.
enough. Let me.
Litigation is very expensive.
you
But
asked-
let me also add that we are also hoping that by December, the entire
100. We are being
1,500
told that more will be built
of
even
course,
after
of
December,
course,
right?
of course,
Fair
of
enough.
course. And then I'm also looking that the area that is reserved for the commercial distance should also be open. People may have the opportunity to also put out their shops and stuff. And it should be
All of
well-
them are going to put out
yes,
in the
yes,
process.
we should have.
Obviously,
a
you sound very
well-structured-
optimistic about this project.
No, because the private company that is doing it has a track record. They built actually the free zones. They built the Malaysian, when the Malaysians, they bought it from the Malaysians.
I think it's Kojo Edu
Hini.
Yeah.
They bought it from the Malaysians. And they built our industrial city on their own. No government intervention.
All right, cool.
They have their own water company. So
Ibrahim,
the company has a record that it can deliver such projects.
Just a minute. Do you know that just by this move that the president did, the value of lands around the Chopoli
area is all rising.
Of
So
course.
economic
immediately-
activities on the rise.
immediately,
In fact, some people are building
immediately.
closer to
Yes.
Sagleme because they realize that
Ibrahim.
getting close to the place is a good idea.
Wanda asks a very important question, right? And he wonders why the MPP left the project for 8 years and we are still at this stage.
Good. Jude, what I'm about to say, I want viewers to understand the criminality of this NDC government. Without a shadow of a doubt. Look at the facts. I wrote it down so I would get it exactly as it should be. It was in 2012 when then President Mills, gave the executive approval for 5,000 units to be constructed by Construtora, the Brazilian company, OAS, okay? And then in October 2012, Parliament approved, as you've mentioned, $200 million for the 5,000 units, over 2,172 acres. You also had what they call an escrow control mechanism, so that when the money came in, you could not just use it until certain deliverables had been made, that you'd actually delivered some construction, which then AESL, the government's consultants, Architectural Engineering Services Limited, would then approve and say, yes, you know, this level or this phase has been done, here's your $10 million. So you're asking, per Wanda's question, that we left it to Rod. When $200 million is given for 5,000 units, and then you construct, altogether it's around 688. So let Guyanese not be fooled that NDC is now going to construct 700 units. There are 668 already there now.
No, 1,500.
1,500
have not been.
Yes.
They are at foundation level.
Sure.
180 is about foundation level, but the rest are buildings that have been constructed.
He hasn't been there yet, so you can pardon
I've
him.
been there.
When?
I've been there. I
So
was
the
there.
buildings on the land are actually
Oh,
about
let me tell you when I was there.
1,400,
2018 I was there.
Where do you guys live?
What happened per the report? Drainage and everything hasn't even been constructed. At the time they were doing it, if you're doing a housing unit or a complex, don't you think drainage, telecommunications should be part and parcel of the infrastructure? That was what was missing. When the NPP came to power, we looked at the cost of now doing the foundation works. I'm talking drainage and telecommunications, which would cost an additional $114 million. But here's the thing. What happened to that money? The fact that you have NDPC, National Development Planning Commission, it's a good call. Whichever administration comes in, continue the work. But you don't continue everything blindly, Jude. Because you have to ask, where did the $198 million go? Elvis mentioned earlier, when they did the assessment as to the value of the works done, it was $68 million.
69.5.
Okay. Yeah, he rounded off to 70.
Yeah.
Where's the 130 million? NDC, that's why it's a criminal government. Because where is the accountability? Here's the case. Listen, you had AESL. They were the consultants. Okay? Now, AESL then contracted VHM as sub-consultants. VHM then contracted in April 2015 a company called RMS. 3 consultants for one job. RMS was paid $13 million. For what were you doing, RMS, that VHM could not do? Of course, we're still in court because Collins Dowder and his team had 70 counts against them. Your interruptions won't deter me, Wanda. They had 70 counts against them. And thankfully, the Constitution says that nolle prosequi is just a stay of proceedings. You can be tried again. And so I'm sending notice to Collins Dowder and the others. Acquittal means you can't try it again. Nolle prosequi just means the government of the day has ceased to pursue the proceedings. So Collins Dowder should understand that you are on, let's say, pause. Because it's not about 8 years. You're saying for 8 years that we should just allow for this crime to just say, oh, it's a crime, let's continue building. Building with what money? Whose money? There needs to be accountability. I've just given you RMS, 13 million dollars for consultancy. And they were contracted by VHM, who received $3 million.
What do you say?
I'm coming, Jude. It's important that I make this point. Because if I'm alleging criminality, I have to bring you the receipts. AESL received $2.9 million. So what were you consulting? All this while, meanwhile, you're taking money out of the public purse, and then they were given a 40% advance, which was allowed for within the terms, the EPC. That's your engineering, procurement, and contract regulations. 40% advance of the 200 million was $80 million.
Fair enough.
So I'm asking the question. So you're saying that for 8 years, we came and let it rot? One, we did an assessment. It has to be value for money. Something that was $200 million for 5,000 units. And then Wanda comes and tells us there's some remodeling. And you were put to ask him, what was that remodeling? And then he said, given as fact, or I can't remember the word he used to somehow deflect. What was the remodeling that reduced it from 5,000 units? Because that is the price. We were told under John Mahama, we will build you 5,000 affordable homes at a cost of $200 million. So they did the maths. Given the 1,500 that has been built, each home per the cost would be 130,000 United States dollars today. Taking the amount that they've taken. I say taken, not utilized, because they can't even account for it. So each unit, those 1,500, costs 130,000 US dollars. Taking the sum, dividing by the number of units completed. Tell me which Ghanaian can afford a home, affordable, at 130,000 United States dollars per pop. So when I talk about the criminality, we shouldn't in any way poo-poo it. And I'm happy that there was no acquittal, because there's no, they didn't go that length.
So it's technically just a stay of execution.
It's a stay of execution.
And when your government comes in,
because
which are you coming back?
Because Elvis made the point. Elvis made the point. These are taxpayers' money. And we should not, you see, you keep saying 8 years.
I'm
talking to you, but it's important because when he interjects, I have to let the listeners know I paid attention to what he's saying. He is disregarding the necessity and integrity of any Ghanaian government administration to prosecute an agenda. So he's saying that crime has a time limit. You're saying 8 years. 8 years, what did we do? We looked for an alternative. And it was not LMI, Elvis. It was QUARM. QUARM. No, I'm coming. There's a QUARM, I'm coming. Allow. Then you can interject and correct me. You had QUARM LMI as being the companies that the NPP looked at. Principally, it was QUARM. Now, within QUARM, you'll find that, I don't know the name. the name of the LMI.
Kojo
managing director.
Dubois.
Yes.
Edu Hene.
Yeah, they have a good track record. The IFC, International Finance Corporation, you know, I've also lauded what they've done there. So you have within the MPP at the time, if you're saying that 8 years we did nothing, we looked for an alternative that saves the Ghanaian taxpayer. You want us just to take more government money to pay, what do you call it?
So the private sector approach was the right way to go.
That was the only approach to go, because how do you solve the problem when it's government money? Sorry.
And even this government has validated that, right? So
sure,
fair enough.
Yes, but you see, when it's government money, the nyafu enters.
I want you to just quickly wrap up for us.
Good. You know, I wanted to link it to what we had earlier regarding AXA Energy. Now, AXA Energy, we saw what happened. Again, under the NDC, through the Ministry of Power, bribing government officials, going to Turkey. The link is here. I'm giving you the link. The link is about, we paid over $300 million in take or pay. That was the arrangement to AXA Energy alone. When you add Trojan and the other companies, it came over to $992 million within the 2-year span. Remember, we had this take or pay claim. Why am I linking the two? Government money is people's money. And so if you wanted to say, oh, it's 8 years, why didn't we leave it alone? Under your tenure, Ghanaians paid nearly $1 billion for electricity that was not even used because you had agreed on a capacity basis.
Fair enough.
Okay?
Fair
and
enough.
so in the same way, you want us now another $200 million.
Noted.
Jude.
Ibrahim, noted. So there's a link between the AXA and SAGLEMI.
The link is that
within the 8 years, you actually did some work in the process through which they even came to continue as far as the private sector engagement on the project was concerned, right?
No. Let me get it.
I didn't get it. I didn't capture it correctly.
The reason why I roped in AXA was just to show the extent to which a criminal government continues to siphon money for its own ends. And that has been proved in the United States Court of Law. And understand that there were 43, I'm linking the two, it's all about the public purse. There were 43 IPPs, Independent Power Purchase Agreement signed. Are you telling me, Ghanaians, that only one company was accused of bribery and the other 43 IPPs did everything above board? Because look, Trojan are charging us, the link is here. Trojan charges Ghana, this is one of the IPPs, charges Ghana 21 cents per kilowatt hour. AXA Energy, the one accused of bribery, okay, charges 12 cents. So look at that.
Interesting.
You get me?
Let me bring you one. Let me bring you one that I come to
on the
before we go on
one,
break.
A criminal enterprise has taken place.
Wonder.
And we will make sure, God willing, inshallah, when we come back to power, that we will prosecute those officials responsible for $200 million that we, or rather $130 million that we do not know where that money went.
Fair enough. Wonder, if you are doing a project of this size, $200 million committed to it, should your sewage, drainage, telephony, electricity all not be factored in, such that we don't have to come back midway through the program and say we need additional resources for it?
Mr. Daku will tell you something. No, Mr. Daku will tell you something.
That aspect, there is a miscommunication in that aspect. It's not that the buildings were not wired. They were wired with cables. Street lights have been done with cables in them, okay? Drainage has been done underground or...
Please lower that.
What the assessment said was that the buildings have been wired, the street light have been done, everything, but ECG provided the infrastructure before they can connect to the facility. It's just has not been done. And that's what ECG at the time was saying, it will cost them $8 million to be able to do that. The drainage, it's not that drainage in the whole place has not been done. All the drainage in the place where the building has been constructed have been done. It is when the water to the need will go and collect, like a collection point before it exits, so that the place will not flood. That infrastructure is what has not been done. And that is what the estimate shows that it will cost about. That's about 10. I forgot the figure.
But
also
Elvis, what do you say to people who feel like we should have still the feasibility should have pointed all of those things out.
No, it's all part of the project. It's because the money ran out, that's why they didn't do those ones. It's not that it's not part of the project.
And the money ran out under the first NDC, in the first NDC
Yes,
administration.
so it's not that it's not part of the project. They are all part of the design. But it was not done because the money ran out of the project. So it's not like
it wasn't done.
Afterthought. No.
Okay.
It is that the actual construction of those things have not been done. There are pipes, Ghana Water is supposed to extend pipe. But they have done the plumbing works in the buildings. But Ghana Water says that, in fact, it's not Ghana Water. They use Community Water and Sanitation Agency to do the assessment. And they are saying that where the water will be extended from to Sagleme, it will cost $30 million to be able to put that together to be able to extend. So it's not like the people have the impression as if the buildings are there without the drainage systems around them. No, they are all done. It's about the end facilities.
I'll come back to you on Parliament. Fair enough. I think, and thank you for the clarity.
And let me conclude the LMI Holdings is a holding company. The LMI Homes is a subsidiary, which is the one that's doing Sagleme. They have what we call Enclave Power. That is their electricity company. So they have several companies under the holdings. So when they say LMI, yeah, that is the holdings company. But the actual company doing the work is called LMI Homes.
This morning, thank you so much for the clarity on the issues. I want you to deal with one last issue for us before we come back from the break on Parliament's role. Because they granted this 200 million. But it's like they grant the loan and they go to sleep. They don't play the watchdog role respect of them. But Wanda, you brought in Elvis to bail you out. He's explained it. How about another question for you? How about another question for you? Go ahead. Maybe you can tie it in. The point is that if you use 200 million and now independent assessments point out to the fact that the worth of the structure is only 69 or 70 million roughly. What is your excuse for the remainder of the money? What happened to it? Do you know?
Yeah, so like I said in my earlier submission, that granted that there were corruption issues, which the MPP took to courts, what stopped the previous government from completing the project?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. In fact, from 2017, I'm responding directly to Mr. AJ, from 2017 to 2024, there was no single initiation was done. There was even nothing like the private sector involvement, nothing from 2017, the first term of President Nana Addo. In fact, in the second term of Nana Addo, this whole private idea came in at the dying embers. And this point has to be made clear.
Yeah, but it's still even if it came in a day before, it's still the MPP government.
Yes, so I want you to know that they rather caused financial loss to the state. You took over governance. And for your first 4 years, you left the assets to rot. Everything was stolen. Even if you are not ready to commit funds, protect the site, protect the place. Are you getting the logic? I don't want to sit here and say, oh, this person is innocent. No. You went to court for 8 years. You are saying that when we come back in the next 40 years, you will continue. Fine, that's your issue. You were in court for 8 years. Nothing. You got no results. And in your first tenure, nothing. There was why the private sector were not available in 2017. The private the private sector. All these things was an afterthought. Konyo Oppong Nkrumah went to the West Ministry when? I think 2024. Exactly.
Why is there an afterthought? They are in government.
And I tried to make that point.
And one minister came and
even if it was done in December, even if it was done, you see, my point is that
7 years.
Even if it was in December 2024, even if it was in December 2024 when LMI was brought in, it was still the MPP government.
That's okay.
And the point is that within the period, like I said, you played lots of politics with it. Sam George was categorical as member of parliament for Ningo Pram. He said that any private developer who has his head properly screwed on should stay away from Sagleme. So clearly, there were issues of politics.
You keep mentioning Sam George.
But
I'm saying that for the first term of President Nana Addo, if that project was completed, there wouldn't even be any issue about Sam George saying this and that. I'm saying that this guy, you don't want.
But are you concerned that? Are you concerned that according to independent assessment,
if this government has said that, look, we are also alleging corruption, and we are taking those people to court, we are revoking this contract with LMI. Do you know what would have happened?
Federal stole it.
Exactly.
But
so
fair enough.
Then people need to admit.
Fair enough. But are you concerned
that their inaction for 4 years within their first regime created the financial loss?
What is your response to
the
the independent assessments that said that only $69 million was of work done was realized?
This
from
issue
the project?
became an issue in court. Persons were tried, including a former cabinet minister. Ronald Kolzada was tried in court. What happened within the 8 years? That's my issue. This case went to court for 8 good years.
When I come back, I'll give you a minute to respond, but I'll come to Elvis on.
Dude, I get to the point. This whole case
this.
was in court for 8 years. I'm saying that granted that there was even corruption, what stopped them? The money that was spent on National Cathedral, that whole, what stopped them from using that money to complete Saglame within their first 4 years?
Why do you keep emphasizing on the whole? Have you?
Do you know the amount spent on National Cathedral?
How much is the amount? Remind us.
I should remind you.
Yes.
I'll pull it out for you. I'll pull it out for you, and I'll tell you.
We'll take a quick break.
The amount needed to have completed Saglame within the first 4 years. They left it to rot.
We'll come back. No problem. You are watching Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Danka. We are going behind the headlines. The focus, Saglame. Kojo Oppong Nkrumah is a former Works and Housing Minister, believes his government has been vindicated. The MDC says that they are continuing from where they left off. We'll be back after the break. Don't go away.
My line of work, confident smile is everything. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste keeps me on top of my game and ensures my smile is always radiant and bright.
With the tiring nature of my job, we spend several hours under the scorching sun. To keep our teeth white and our breath fresh all the time, we use none other than Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. You're on a Kessie and in a kit one.
My opinion, I hope here some make us a proper dear to a mammy mouth. Kel Charcoal's natural ingredients, and a bomb is so by a man is swing, and a sans of mamma hotel, so it will be them.
Kel Charcoal Toothpaste. Choose Kel Charcoal Toothpaste for anti-cavity, whiter teeth, and fresher breath all day. Available in 80 gram and 150 gram. Grab yours today.
Kel, happy smile. This advert is FDA approved. Are you planning to relocate from your company office or house, whether across cities to another town or halfway around the country? You want a moving company you can depend on to get you there? Let me introduce you to Logistics Movers. We are here to help you every step of the way, from planning the move to unpacking the last box and settling into your office or home. We have the expertise, experience, and market understanding and offer fast, reliable, and professional transportation services in Ghana. Our main thrust is to successfully move your business, household items safely, on time, and hassle-free. You can call us on 0246 833 539 or 0244 342 465. You can also send us an email to info@logisticsmovers.com or check our website www.logisticsmovers.com. Why expose your company or household items to theft or damages when you are relocating if it's avoidable? Logistics Movers, we help you relocate.
For years, Ghana has wrestled with some of the most troubling threats to its democracy: vigilantism, political violence, landguardism, intimidation. In 2019, Ghana passed the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act, Act 999. 7 years on, has the law worked? Join Election Watch Ghana on Tuesday, August 25, as they bring together some of the country's leading voices in national security, governance, peace building, and democratic accountability. Make a date with Honorable Totobi Kwachi, Professor George Mayere Bob Miller, Honorable Francis Poku, Colonel Festus Abwaja Retired, Honorable Dr. Benjamin Boyong Kumbuo, Honorable Albert Kindapa, COP Emmanuel Tekujo, and Kwesi Urenchi for a national policy seminar on vigilantism. Chairman of the occasion, Honorable Dr. Julius Deborah, Chief of Staff, Republic of Ghana. Guest speaker, COP Abdul Osman Razak, National Security Coordinator. Special guest of honor, His Eminence Sheikh Osman Nuhu Sharabutu, National Chief Imam. What has Act 999 achieved? Where are the enforcement gaps? Join the conversation. National Policy Seminar on Vigilantism. Theme: assessing the implementation of the Vigilantism and Related Offences Act 2019, Act 999, and its implications for national security and democratic governance. Date: Tuesday, August 25, 2026. Venue: Kofi Annan International Peacekeeping Training Center. Time: 10:30 a.m. to 2 o'clock p.m. Organized by Election Watch Ghana. 7 years on, has Ghana won the fight against vigilantism?
Welcome back. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV. My name is Jude Duncan. We are delving into the big stories. And the first conversation for the day, Saglemi. The president has set March 2027 for the first 700 units. Started in 2012, stalled for most parts in the previous administration. And now we are back at it. By December, we'll be expecting another 1,500 units. And that's been our first conversation. Also, we'll be discussing the MPP national elections, right? 50 persons have picked nomination forms for 11 slots. But there's an interesting one among the 50, right? We'll be looking at Chairman Mutumi's bid to become national chairman of the MPP. And Adamu Mining Resources, they've been given a reprieve by this government. Is government unsure what to do with Adamus? That's a big question my panel will try to address today on the show. But before we move to the next topic, I'll give Ibrahim a minute. Ibrahim, please, 60 seconds.
I'll confine to 60 seconds.
Thank you.
One is asking, why didn't we complete it? We inherited a crime scene. $200 million had been siphoned, and we didn't know where it was. And you want Ghanaian, because as for NDC, it's not their money. When it's not their money, they're happy to spend other people's money. That is the hallmark of NDC. They come in and chop. I gave you an example. Did you ever store 27 tons of gold? But as soon as you came, October 2025, you sold it. Why would any responsible government, given that there were procurement breaches, there was no certification whereby you complete a particular phase, then the EPC via AESL, then approve it, you're certified, and you get your money. None of that happened at all. And you want government, a responsible government, to throw another $100 million into a project whereby even the $200 million, we don't know where that money went. So what we did was the responsible thing. Government has competing budgets. When you came, I remember when they said, and I'm linking it now to, you have choices. When they came, did they not promise free SHS in 2012? And we saw those overgrown uniforms under NDC. Yes? Nothing happened under them. So what do we have to do? You have a certain budget as a government, and you have to go put it where your priorities are. You've stolen criminally $130 million, because we can only account for 70 million. and we want an NPP government to come and clean up your mess, there's a crime scene. You investigate before you actually then take corrective measures.
Thank
so
you.
that's the reason there.
Thank you. You have a
Yes,
minute.
the competing budget he talked about, and the issue you asked me to pull out the cost on the National Cathedral.
I know,
So the amount,
we've
the
gone past it.
amount that was spent on National Cathedral that could have gone into Sagleme. Let me mention to you, $58 million was disbursed for initial excavation, consultancy, and foundational work. That was the amount spent
on National Cathedral.
Yes, that amount could have gone into Sagleme. So when he talked about competing budget, this was what he was talking about. In fact, let me tell you, the National Cathedral of Ghana project has incurred approximately $97 million in total payments, commitment, and outstanding contractor liabilities. So when he talked about competing budgets, this is what he's talking about. National Cathedral took their attention. So for the first time,
But also free SHS.
and I'm telling you that.
I mean, there's more than that, Jude. You know
I'm
that. Allow him to make his...
I'm telling you that when he talked about competing budgets, this is what he did.
This is one of them.
Yes, this is what he
Which is
was
clearly not the case.
This is what he's talking about.
It was one of them.
It was one of them.
Sure,
And in fact, the hole is one of the largest holes in the world. The National Cathedral hole. It's one of the largest holes in the world.
He mentions this. You know, Jude, Wanda. You know when Wanda mentions this.
Guys,
it's okay.
The hole is still there.
What are you both going to do with the National Cathedral project? I wonder, do you have an idea what President Mahama intends to do with it?
I'm saying that if not because democracy is growing, all these 50 people have picked from, which I'm just going to dump all of them in the National Cathedral.
I'm not sure about that.
We'll dump all of them there.
I'm not sure about that. Mr. Daku, please help us, right? So we've heard from NDC, within which period?
NDC, they are not correct.
130 million. You've explained that. Of course, Ibrahim also makes the point that there were competing budgetary priorities and the fact that it was important that the state accounted for the loss in revenue from the project's devaluation. Elvis, beyond NPP and DC, right, there are some people who feel like maybe Parliament should be more up and doing and responsible in the way they approve some of these loans and the watchdog role they play. I want you to just tidy up those points for us.
Okay. But first of all, let me state that I think all of us agree that investigations and complete the project is not mutually exclusive. Both can be done
at the same time,
simultaneously. So you don't need to wait for the project to run to cost us another $20 million plus just because you are investigating. Case 2 has not been caught for 8 years. That's one that is trying to make us believe. I've just checked. The case actually was first taken to court in August 2021
by Godfred Dam, because Godfred Dam was the Attorney General who took the case.
First August 2021 was when the case actually went to court. So it means that for the first 4 years, the only investigations was being done. That also saw a fact.
Part of prosecution.
The question I've asked is very relevant, and I'm happy you asked this question. I've always been asking myself this question: that if a contract goes to Parliament for ratification, if that contract is to be altered, should it not go back to Parliament? And that's the reason I have problem with the nolle prosequi. Because if the case had concluded in court, all these things would have been set out by the court to say, if Parliament approves a project, you cannot unilaterally go and change without informing Parliament. Because we are facing situations where Parliament approves projects, somebody says a minister or somebody terminate the project, and the state goes to pay huge amounts of judgment debt. I believe, and I'm of the view that any contract or anything approved by Parliament, before we can make any changes, those changes should go back to Parliament for approval, so that the checks and balances will be done properly. I tell you, if there's this project was taken back to Parliament, even if it is genuine reason to remodify,
to scale
and
down,
it goes back to Parliament for all the necessary checks, I don't think it will be where we are today. So I think that I've not seen it anywhere in the Constitution that if Parliament approves the project, when the project is to be terminated or it has to come back to Parliament, I've not seen it. But I think that is an error in my opinion. Because if they are the ones who actually ratify, give the final approval before the project can take off, if there has to be any changes to the project, I believe that those changes should also be approved by Parliament. But we have situations where several occasions, contracts and things approved by Parliament are terminated by appointees, and nothing happens to whatever.
And I'm
happens.
sure you
And
agree that they should also play a stronger watchdog
No,
role.
that's what I'm saying. The
and
point
follow
is,
through.
You see, the
follow
point
the
is,
money trail.
Yes, they need to follow the money trail. But the question, if the people are doing changes and the law does not bind them that those changes need to be approved by Parliament, how would then Parliament be able to hold them in check? That's why I'm saying that if the case had gone through full trial for the judge to make those pronouncements, because I think one of the issues raised is that the chief director, who is said to have done those changes with the minister, they do not have that capacity to do it because it's a Parliament-approved project. So it's one of the issues raised in the prosecution.
Thank you.
If we allow the case to travel the full course and the court makes pronouncement, it would have now guided how these things are done. But up to today, a lot of projects approved by Parliament goes out there and we say it's terminated without any just like where you are going to the Nguvu. A mining lease is approved by Parliament. But we just saw a statement from a ministry that they have terminated the lease. The question is, you didn't grant the lease.
So how do
Parliament
you
actually ratified the lease?
unilaterally?
But how do you terminate the lease without Parliament's consent? So you see, I think that the Constitutional Review Commission's work is not yet complete. These things, we can look at them. If they are not captured, we can include them in the Constitutional Review Commission's work.
Ibrahim.
On that note, very quickly.
Oh, Ibrahim, let's I think your point.
2014, Collins Dado unilaterally changed and amended the contract with OAS without parliamentary approval. That was one of the counts, the 70 counts that he's facing.
Okay.
And he will face.
Fair enough. In the next NPP administration.
After 30 years.
Oh, yes.
Chairman,
you have 2 years left.
Chairman
You're failing.
Chairman to me wants to bring your party back into power so then you can get them to face justice like you're saying. But the problem is, as we all know, he's incarcerated. And of course, your party announced the opening of nominations. 50 persons have picked up nomination forms. The big question is there not a looming constitutional crisis for the MPP? Because I think Article 10 of your constitution talks about the requirements to hold public office. And as part of it, talks about the fact that the said person should be a member in good standing. And the big question is, what does it mean to be a member of the party and, of course, a citizen in good standing? Are we not heading towards a constitutional challenge should he win his chairmanship bid?
Good. Well, when it says good standing, it often refers to your dues to the party. Generally, it's within that economic framework. You know, you have to pay to play, so to speak. If you're a member, are you in good standing? Are you actually contributing your dues to the party? So it's in that framework that the good standing that you've captured is mentioned. But, you know, politics is, how can I call it? It's dynamic, it's fluid, and it's for the people to decide. If you wanted my personal opinion as to whether or not he should contest, I would say no. That's my personal opinion. But you cannot in any way suffocate anybody's political ambition. I have political ambitions, and I wouldn't want anybody to suffocate those ambitions. You know, we all do our best to achieve those milestones that we want, you know, for ourselves and for Ghana and for Africa at large. So who am I to say he shouldn't go? But politics is timing and place. Sometimes you have to pick your moment in order to get the best out of it. And Chairman Wontumi, if you look at his situation now, if I were him, I would advise myself to sit this one out. But I mean, the delegates will decide come October the 5th as to who their chairman will be.
Should he win, will he be able to conduct business as chairman from prison?
No, it'll be difficult. Having said that, I mean, you can look at precedents in the past. Kwame Nkrumah of blessed memory, was he not in Jamestown, Usher Fort? He was in prison. Do you remember?
Your analogy is interesting.
But it's a fact.
Well noted.
It's a fact that he was in Usher Fort. The CPP did his campaign won on his behalf, and he was released.
Interesting.
Do you
Wonder,
get
you
me?
don't have much. You don't have anything to say on this, right? Is not your party matter. Elvis, the point is that the NPP in the aftermath of his arrest came out to say they consider him a political prisoner. Do you get a sense that that description of his arrest is the reason why he's still in the running for this high office in the party?
Well, first of all, nobody can stop him from running as we speak. If they do the vetting and they think that, oh, by the virtue of his incarceration, he's no longer qualified to contest, the vetting committee will determine based on their constitution. But if the party's official position, as the general secretary has said, is that it's a political prisoner, then it means that his incarceration, the party does recognize the incarceration, so that should not affect him in the contest. Okay. Ibrahim gave the example of Kwame Nkrumah. Kwame Nkrumah was fighting for independence, so he was released. If Chairman want to even win the NPP chairman, he will not be released from prison by this government.
It's not a guarantee.
That's the point. And I will say that Chairman Wontumi has issues to focus on. It's about how to get himself freed from prison. And there's another case that is also traveling with him.
Actually, two other cases. There's
so I'll advise him that he should tell his campaign team that, hey, please stop it. I have more issues to deal with. Because the campaign team, they will have their own motivation why they will want him to continue.
What are some of the motivation?
And I can't talk about it, but they will have their own motivation.
You are known for being fearlessly.
They are sleeping in their cozy rooms, eating and walking around as and when they want. They are free people. The man has been incarcerated. So they should consider the man's plight with the decision advice they are giving him.
Dr. Palgrave, Wachidanko has heard you. So your point
so
is
I am advising
your
you to
point
me
is
that
well made.
please don't let the people around your campaign deceive you. You are incarcerated on one case. You have two more cases in court. Those are more. There are enough issues for you as a person to deal with.
What are some of their
You should
considerations?
combine it with what people are telling him. And as I said, he is in confinement.
Fair enough.
And the people who may be urging him to contest, they are free working people.
If you tell us,
they are people
if you
working free.
tell us the considerations
Oh, no.
for which they are urging him
Consideration
on,
could be that but if you compare for chairman and chairman win, you are a very powerful person in the party because chairman is a very powerful person.
Interesting.
So if you are working with chairman
let me
and
read.
chairman of the party is your candidate and he wins election, automatically you have become a big man in the party and you are also holding very important.
Ralph says somehow we all know March 2027 will come and this will not be completed in relation to Saglemi, but we hope it's completed and we hope it's affordable. Ralph sends that one in. This one says, then chop the money first be that. Another budget. Hey, Ghana, Mensa from Adenta. Saglemi has been under construction since 2012, declared abandoned at least once and reportedly had building materials go missing off the site in between. 12 years of ministers standing in front of nice renders. The only number that will mean anything is how many families are actually living in a unit by March, not another quote from a podium. Jason in Ashtown. Good, Mr. Host. I want to applaud you on how you are moderating the program. You are not a biased host. Keep it up. Well, thank you. What we try to do is to uphold the truth on this platform. You didn't add your name. This one says, has anyone asked how much those houses are going to cost and whether the average civil servant with 2,400 cedis as salary could ever afford the rent, not to talk of buying? Ni Aye in Kaswa. Good morning, Channel 1 TV. That is why I pray we get Party A in power and then Party B being a majority in parliament. That is the only way the executive can really be held accountable. Okay, so you are calling for a kind of different governments holding the executive and different governments in the legislature. Interesting. Both MPP and NDC should bow their heads in shame. Both are destroying the country. I watch people come and sit on TV every morning and defend their parties, which is more important to them than Ghana. They come and they defend corruption and economic mismanagement. Ibrahim referred to NDC as a criminal party. Fair enough. My question is this party any better? God save Ghana. Michael in Cape Coast. Wanda is right. They left us with the biggest hole ever seen anywhere in the world, and they have the audacity to question governments that are actually fixing issues in the country. May God save them. This other message says, great conversations. My only point is that we should ensure, and Parliament for that matter should play a key role in ensuring that the project is completed once and for all. May God bless Ghana. Interesting submissions from Elvis this morning on the Saglemi housing project. Well informed, you say, and his name is Ajiman Kodria, who is watching the show in Kumasi. And yes, thank you so much for your messages. Keep them coming. We have one more conversation before we wrap up, and I'll start off with you, Wanda.
Let me talk
about him.
But we can also talk about your chairmanship race.
No, but this is a topic here. But this is a topic here.
When we are done, she also talk about the NDC chairmanship.
No problem. If
race.
it's a topic for discussion, why not?
Fair enough. What do you have to say about Utu?
Thank you very much.
I wonder that.
You see, as at Friday, some of us heard that Team Wontumi were contemplating joining Team John Boydu. But this morning, I made somebody to call Pagriff. He says that we can quote him on this, that on Thursday, 27th, 10 a.m., they are filing. But then people said that Wontumi is a political prisoner. So they should allow him to do politics. Were you not here? Some 2-3 weeks when we were discussing his conviction. They said that he's a political prisoner.
So Palgrave sent you this message?
Yeah, I made somebody contact me and they said we can quote him on this, that on the Thursday, 27th at 10 a.m., they are filing. I mean, it's within their right. If they say that Wontumi is a political prisoner.
Listen to Elvis, so maybe they'll reconsider. Because Elvis says that.
So that's why I disagree with when he said that he should not contest it. You people
said that is his personal opinion.
That's what I'm saying.
So he's entitled to it.
Yeah, that's okay. But they said
and you
that.
should take my advice.
Fair enough.
You people said he's a political prisoner. So allow him to do politics. And if he wins, and I know he will, Abanya has won. I'm telling you, to win from prison. And if he wins, don't worry about how they will run the party.
Adamus
what
Mining.
if more members go to prison?
Wonder.
Can they have next meeting from prison?
Don't do this. It's fine.
Okay, let's continue.
Adamus Mining Resources. Your minister, Lands and Natural Resources. I remember I covered this particular story at the ministry, and he revoked their license, and he came back to disclose a roadmap for both governments, the Minerals Commission and Adamus, to work together. Then we subsequently saw that their license had been revoked until Felix, who is the government communication minister, brought out that statement late last week. What do you say to people who are not sure about this dilly-dallying approach from government on Adamus?
No, it's not a dilly-dally approach. Basically, there were some multiple breaches of the mining law by Adamus, and the Ministry of Lands and Natural Resources took the view that it was time to terminate the license of Adamus. Subsequent to that, there were several appeals by civil society groups that look, this is one of the few local mining firms that we have. So whatever the shortcomings, the government should still intervene. President Mahama is a listening president. This government is a listening government. So they decided to give them some reprieve. And in fact, I think a 6-member committee has been formed.
Yeah, 3 from government.
Exactly.
And from
exactly. And they've been given a 12-month window to come up with a roadmap to ensure a turnaround. So it's a welcoming news. I wish that the MPP would have done similar approach to save local banks.
Interesting.
Ibrahim. To save local banks.
Ibrahim.
When banks were having challenges.
Is this welcoming news for you as well? They could have used
this same approach to save local banks. And to let me conclude by saying that this turnaround measure will help Adamus to even fulfill his obligation towards some state institutions like GRA and all of that.
So their tax.
I sit on the VRA board. I won't say a lot, but I know commitment Adamus have towards VRA.
Interesting.
So this turnaround will help Adamus settle out all their obligations
30
towards
seconds.
other state
30
institutions
seconds,
as well.
It's not welcome news, and I'll explain to you why.
Tell me.
Adamus were rightly found to be in breach of assigning its mineral concession rights to foreign nationals.
Just like Wontumi.
Just like Wontumi.
Is in court for.
Yes, Section 14 is one of the minerals constitution. So why the difference? Because the same thing has happened. Also, $224 million was transferred. I'm giving you the Minerals Commission's reasons for revocation. $224 million United States dollars was transferred outside of the country between 2020 and 2024 to related parties. We don't know who they were. Royalties amounting to some 86 million Ghana cedis had not been paid. If the figures are wrong, I'm sure Elvis will come in. And then you also have the the concession tax fees amounting to $2.6 million had not been paid. So is this a case about saving? Because is Akonto Mining not Ghanaian?
So they should be actually prosecuted.
They should be prosecuted. Now, the thing is this. The same breach has happened. So, in fact, the lands minister,
Ama
Kofi Boah, was right when he said that, because they appealed. And he said, no, the revocation must stay in place as per the findings in April 2026. So within the week, after seeing President John Dramani Mahama, he said, listening government or listening president, your own minister told you that if this is wrong. So either you are a listening president or a deaf president. It's simple.
Elvis Darko, we've heard from Wanda, you've heard from Ibrahim. What's your position on Adamu's mining resources?
Well, to me, the most important thing is we are told the old government of Ghana about 205 million Ghana cedis in payment. The Ghana government should be chasing the money because the money that we need, that is ours. Do you understand it?
But if they breached mining rules and law, should they not face prosecution?
You know, I always tell you that it's not easy to build a business. So when breaches happen about business, look at how criminal is it. But if the state says you owe me money, the money they transferred outside Ghana, they didn't commit any offense. It's their right to transfer their money abroad. The government position that you can't owe me and at the same time be transferring money abroad when you owe me.
But also mining,
and there were discrepancies in the gold report.
And then the gold reported to GRA in terms of production figures, Minerals Commission, and one other, but 3 bodies.
But
they are
these
differences.
not criminal in nature?
So the point number one is, did you establish the community is lamenting that, for instance, in terms of distortion in the figures, they cannot determine which is which because the company declined to give them their gold book, gold record book. This is a simple case. Go to court and get it. Because the company, you license the person. You understand? So for me, as I said, look, this is a company that has come a long way. Okay? It's a Ghanaian company. And if they owe us money, if you are revocation based on money, I don't agree. I agree with the 12 months. I was even saying 6 months. Give them 6 months because there's evidence that they made so much money. Because per the findings, their production alone, they made over $1 billion.
Interesting.
From their production.
Elvis,
so it means that they have the money to pay.
The revocation is not about money.
And lead editor with the News Center newspaper and online portal. And I wanted to appoint you LMI chief advocate because today you've done a good job explaining the Saglemi to us.
The Sacramento LMI project, it's a government project, but because we mismanaged it, now it's come to rescue us.
Elvis, thank you so much for today. We are grateful for the insights on the show. Wanda Kuto, National Executive Committee member, also National Deputy Communication aspirant for the National Democratic Congress. Hopeful for now. And also author on the book, The Immigration Formula. He says the book is on Amazon. You can get to buy a copy if you are interested. Ibrahim, always a pleasure.
Thank you. But
I know you have more to see.
Yeah, before you give me my accolades, it's important to understand the revocation is not about money. Adamus has breached the law. The same law that took me to jail. If we sit here and say,
thank you so much for watching. Up next, we have Breakfast Daily with Eno Safo and Abdul Razak Wahab right here on Channel One TV. Don't go away.
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
It's time to upgrade your viewing experience with Franco Smart Television. Enjoy full HD and 4K Ultra display for clearer pictures, brighter colors, and smarter features. From our 32-inch screen, perfect for your bedroom, to 55, 65, and massive 100 inches for your living room or office. We've got the perfect size and quality. For retailing and bulk purchasing, call the numbers on the screen or visit our website at www.francotrading.com. You can download the Franco Trading app on Google Play Store or Apple App Store. Franco Television, we've got the perfect size for every room. Franco, home of quality television.
Verna is clean, fresh and safe. I'm holding my Verna bottle. No plastic seal, no worries. Open and hear the sound like click. That sound means it's fresh, no trick. No plastic seal, but it's still pure. Cool and clean, you can be sure. Verna leads the brighter way. What takes my doubt away? If it clicks, it's Verna. If it clicks, it's clean. Sip it, feel the difference. Verna water, pure and green. Click, open, sip. Click, open, sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip. Chalet Verna, no stress, just sip.
This advert is FDA approved.
This is the old way. Let me show you a new and a better way. EduPack. EduPack? Yes, EduPack. A GS-approved and supported initiative for all first-year students going to SHS by Prospectus Ghana Limited. Now you don't need to go to the market. All your trunks, mattresses, pillows, including plastic chalkboards, are all waiting for your child at the school. Note: all our wooden chalkboards are being changed to plastic ones to avoid bedbugs.
You can also register by dialing *713*821# following the prompts, or you can visit www.edupackgh.com and tap register. You can also register at any ADB branch near you at a very affordable price. EduPack, approved and supported by GES.
Every year, there is a place where the atmosphere shifts, where praise becomes a sanctuary.
Hello family, my name is Perez Music, and I'd like to invite you to Glorify 2026, happening right here at the Victory Bible Church International Dominion Sanctuary inside Awoshi, and it's happening on the 30th of August. Joining me this year is my big brother and a mogul, Minister Joe Meto. We also have a special monologue by Jeffrey Norte, and my brother King's Kid is also going to be here.
Yes, come let's celebrate God for His goodness and mercies at Glorified 2026 on August 30th, 2026. Doors open at 4 p.m. prompt, and the venue is Victory Bible Church Dominion Sanctuary, Awoshi Bayard. Media sponsors Channel 1 TV, City FM. Come ready to encounter.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creators, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality. Connect with industry leaders and innovators. Experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
How are you? This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. We're taking over from Jude, who started the show at 7. And it's now time for a bit more lifestyle, a bit more relaxed conversations right here on Breakfast Daily right here on Channel One TV. I'm Eno Safo. Find me across all social media platforms, Eno_S.
And I am Wahab Abdurazak. Thank you very much for choosing us this. We have a lot coming up in the next 2 hours for you. From trends, what is happening on the various social media platforms. We bring you a community-focused segment where we delve into our communities, bring to light some of the issues that really need the attention of duty bearers, and also some entertainment. It is a new week, Monday, but here's something to ease you into the day and all that. I am Wahab Abdurazak.
Remember, we don't do the show alone. We'd love to hear from you. We'd love to hear your thoughts. So do send that to the WhatsApp message 0204 447 033 0204 447 033. Alternatively, go on our social media pages, #Breakfast Daily, and we'll read your messages right here on the show. I think it's time to do a bit of weather, right?
Absolutely. We have to check how it's going to look like so that our viewers get to plan their day accordingly.
So this is an 18-hour forecast for Ghana, valid from 6 a.m. And so Ghana Meteo is telling you that it's going to be a bit of mist or fog patches, which are expected to form over parts of the coast, the forest belt, and mountainous areas during the early hours of the day amidst mostly cloudy conditions. Now, a few places within the southern Ghana may experience slight rain or drizzle from this morning, and I'm sure you've experienced a bit of that, and it's going to go into the afternoon. There's going to be a bit of sunny weather with occasional cloudiness, which will prevail over parts of the country as the day progresses. However, thunderstorms or rain are likely to affect parts of the middle transition and northern sectors during the afternoon and evening hours. Oh, it should come down south for us as well. And it says relatively cool night and early morning temperatures are expected across the country. The state of the sea is rough. It's been rough for a while. So,
Right,
to our fishermen, be careful. All right. You can follow the Ghana Meteorological Agency on X at Ghana Mets, on YouTube, Ghana Meteorological Agency, WhatsApp, Ghana Meteor Agency, and on TikTok, Ghana_Met_official.
All right, and in addition to that, you can also download the weather app on your phone so that you get real-time updates, right, of how the weather is going to look like and all that. It's Monday.
Yes.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was full of calculations and some things that the professor was saying. It was doing brain in my ears. I was like, what was he saying?
Right, I know you mashed
Oh,
it.
Charlie,
right?
you know
Great.
how we do. We know how we do. How was your weekend?
It was restful and quite fulfilling as well.
Lucky you.
Mhm. And a bit entertaining.
Tell me about that. That's what I'm interested
All right.
in.
There were a couple of events in town, so I did pass through. At the Accra Mall Good Park, the Absa Auto Fair was there, so I passed through.
Oh, I think guys just generally like cars.
You know, you do too.
Did you buy any, or did you see some that you'd?
I'll tell you later.
Tell me.
All right, anyways,
All
let's
right.
get into the promos.
Okay.
And yes, we're starting with the Literacy Challenge 2026. The competition is progressing so well. We are done with stage 1, where we receive your entries. Numerous of you did apply. We perused them, and we proceeded to the second phase of the competition, which was the aptitude test. We've come out of that, and now we are going to the big one that has to do with the real competition, right? And today, we're going to have announcement of our top 10 regions. Yes, top 10 regions. And in each of the regions, we're going to have 3 contestants representing the region. That's very
Wow.
interesting.
So
Yeah.
3 from
Each region.
each region.
So
Okay.
every region is going to have 3. So in all, we're going to have 30 contestants, all fighting for the bragging right of Literacy Challenge Arena 2026. Aside that personal one, there is also the regional bragging right.
Yeah.
That is this region. This year, it was so and so region.
Which one?
That one. Exactly. So it's going to be very interesting. You have to stay tuned on Breakfast Daily right on Channel 1 Television. We'll bring you that, and also on the City Breakfast Show. And just with that, we want to say a big thank you to our sponsors for this year's edition of the Literacy Challenge. We have Prospectus Ghana, Advocate Publishing, SRC Insurance PLC. We have the Delhi Group and Tema Oil Refined. We thank you very much for supporting us to come up again with this pre-secondary challenge for our students. What do you have?
All right, so this is Ghana Exhibition 2026. It's the experience of a lifetime. You get to shop indigenous made in Ghana goods, and we're asking you to join us at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park on this weekend, actually. Yeah, this weekend. So we would love to see you there at the This is Ghana exhibition. It's happening, Saturday and Sunday, 29th and 30th at the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. each day. Now, if you are a vendor or an exhibitor and you have registered, this is the time to make payments, because when someone takes your slot, it's taken, and there's absolutely nothing we can do about it. And that whole Ghana last minute things,
It doesn't work here.
People
Not
will
for
stop.
here.
And then you come and say Channel 1, I registered, and then they did something. We're not doing anything. We're asking you to come and pay up so that you secure your spots to be able to exhibit those amazing goods that you have, those products that you have that you want the rest of Ghana to see. And so this is the place for you. We can't wait to see you on Saturday. We can't wait for you to come and finalize your payment. And yeah, we always bring you goodies. We always bring you surprises. We always bring you lots and lots of music. So we can't wait to see you.
What are you expecting to grab?
Oh, me, it's always a kebab first and foremost, and then I'll go and look through the fashion, the cocoa butters, yes, and then the music, the live entertainment, always top notch, always top notch. What I will do this year though, is the automobiles. I want to sit in one and at least experience the smell of a brand new car. You know, brand new cars have like some different smell.
Very unique.
Tear up, smell the thing and enjoy that experience.
Absolutely,
yeah.
absolutely.
You've enjoyed the This Is Ghana Fair before,
Yes,
right?
I have, and I'm just waiting to go to the food court side. Yeah, I've always said I'm waiting to taste akple and fertility. I've not had it before, and so I'm looking forward to that.
All right. Okay. Mabren Quanta Chronicles. Interesting. Episode 6 is out, and we're asking you to go to channel1newsonline.com. You click on the books, the literature section, and you can continue. See, 7 and 8 are even out as well. So you can continue reading that amazing series on channel1newsonline.com. Channel1newsonline.com. You click on the literature section, you find your episode that you're on, and you continue to enjoy reading.
All right, and you can even get more when you download the Channel One News app. All right, so do well and download on the Google Play Store. When you just type Channel One News app, you would have it there as well. Anyways, coming up next on the show is What's Trending. All right, so on this part of the show, we'll bring you to speed with what is happening on the various social media platforms, right? What is buzz and what are people talking about? So we go from X, the violence session. So from X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, Snapchat, in fact, everywhere. We go through all that to bring you up to speed with that. And this weekend,
Did you see that wedding that happened this weekend? It was simply amazing.
Amazing. And one thing that's really stood out for me was the fashion sense. How all the guests, were done in the kente, beautiful colors, the patterns were great. I think it was beautiful.
It was very beautiful.
Very colorful event
and
it was.
One thing that I liked was that they were drinking from cocoa pods. So all the drinks came from, or was in a cocoa pod with another cocoa pod that had been used as, like the placeholder so that the cocoa doesn't tilt over, because cocoa isn't really stable like that. But it was simply amazing. It was gorgeous, kente, African prints. It was colorful, if I can call it that. It was colorful.
Absolutely.
But most people don't know who Bozoma is. Bozoma
let's
St.
first
John.
give them the details.
Do that.
So
Go ahead.
Bozoma St. John, she married Kelly Watson in a traditional Ghanaian ceremony on August 21, 2026 at the home of the former president, Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. And the celebration was attended by hundreds of guests, including several prominent members of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And Bozoma, she is 49, a renowned marketing executive who has held positions at Netflix, Uber, Apple Music, and more. And it was interesting because the couple would also have a white wedding celebration in Los Angeles in November 21, 2026. So that's a bit about Bozoma. But you're telling us about Bozoma. She's of people might.
Executive, right? And one thing I love about her is the fact that she's not shy about where she comes from. She proudly upholds Ghana, whichever platform she finds herself on. There's no way she'll go on a platform and not talk about Ghana. But she has been married before. She has a daughter, but her husband unfortunately passed away. And yes, she was married at the Nana Akufo-Addo's house. He was present at the wedding. There was a host of people. There was Tiwa Savage, there was Efia, there was King Promise. Did you see King Promise outfit?
I did.
With Durag. Hey, because I tell you, because what was that?
That was well.
So there was a whole lot of talk about people were like, this one is it a new fashion style or something? And someone was saying if the person had been a foreigner and they had done that, Ghanaians would have been like, oh, it's okay, it's normal. But because he's Ghanaian, we're always criticizing our own. But honestly, it was interesting to see people's different variations on kente.
Yeah, and one thing too, how the guests, allowed the celebrant, I mean the bride and the groom, to enjoy their day. If you look at the dance floor, there weren't too many people. They allowed them to really enjoy the moment, and I think that was great. And people, when you're invited to a program, at least, yes, you're invited, you're coming on board to celebrate with people. But I think you should learn from this one. It was well organized, very well organized. And people are also asking why President Akufo-Addo and all that. But people don't know that Bosma was part of the Power Voices when it came to Year of Return and Beyond Return.
Beyond Return, very true.
Yes,
very
so
true.
I'm sure that was why the president also showed up, and his own little way to also support her and all. It was great. It was great.
And even beyond the Beyond Return and the Year of Return, she still brings people back home every December. Like it's a yearly thing that she does with her family and her friends, and she'll host them, and they're partying day and night. And so yes, if you didn't know who Bozoma is, now you do, and now you know why that wedding was one of the talks of town. I can't wait to see the November one in Los Angeles and how that is going to go.
But if I'm getting you kente, which one would you like?
You know what? It's such a difficult choice to make because there's so many patterns and they all have names.
Yeah, I think I only know two.
Okay.
I think Fatia Nkrumah and Mebawa Brochwe. All right. I'll get you Fatia Nkrumah.
Yes, Fatia Nkrumah. And there are different variations to it. So it's nice to see even the housewives wearing, the kente.
Dashing in it.
Some of them are struggling to walk in it. Sometimes they stitch you literally into the outfit so that they say beauty is
snatch
pain.
You and all that.
It has to snatch you because it needs to look a certain way so that when they ask you who sewed it for you and you mention the person's name, they'll be like, oh, then I'm going to the person. So it's not about your comfort. It's about how the dress is looking. Exactly.
That's a world of fashion for you.
I tell you. Beauty, they say, is pain.
All right.
You have to endure it.
Anyways, let's check out some comments on that.
Alrighty. Konya Francine, I hope I got that right, says, congrats to the newlyweds, pure class and culture, a wonderful representation on a global stage. Well done. Desiree Blue, congratulations to the beautiful couple. Exquisite celebration. May your future be filled with lots of love and understanding and togetherness. God bless you both. God should definitely bless them. Because that was a beautiful wedding.
It was.
Irish Autry. I didn't even realize it was her. Really? How did you not realize that, Irish? She's a very strong lady. I like her representation of Ghana. Yes, I love it. In every single thing.
Yeah, we should.
In every single. She even has a hair care brand. All the hair, the weaves that because she loves hair. I mean, if you've listened to her talk about it, she really, really loves hair. Hey, Mensima, handsome husband, says saying. Mensima, Mensa, handsome husband. All right, Ms. Zara said the outfit is very stunning and surprisingly different from the usual kente outfits. Love it. All righty, we love it too. She looked amazing. And for 49, ooh, she's fit. Joyce Janya says, love your dress, Bride Bozoma St. John. Yeah, she had amazing outfits back to back to back to back to back.
Congratulations to them, yes. And yes, she should continue putting Ghana on the map. And even look at this. In her wedding, she even tried to do so. Wow.
Yeah.
A Pan-Africanist for that matter. Anyways, what's the second one we have?
MOG Music makes history at, in London, at the Arena Wembley, over Arena Wembley in London. First Ghanaian gospel musician to fill it up.
That is huge. Like when I saw the visuals, I saw the videos on X and TikTok, I was like, whoo.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was beautiful.
Yeah.
Wow.
So he had a Back to Basics concert, which brought thousands of worshipers together for an unforgettable night of praise, worship, and thanksgiving. And the historic night represented more than a major career milestone for MOG. It was a testimony of God's faithfulness and the growing global reach of Ghanaian gospel music. And you know, he's an award-winning gospel minister. And his name, Nanaya Boache, but he shared the stage with several renowned gospel ministers and worship leaders, including Israel Houghton, Joe Medal, Intukozo Mbambo, Sunmisola Agbegi, and Emmanuel Smith. MOG Music's headline concert at the iconic London venue marks another significant moment for Ghanaian gospel music on the international stage, showing the increasing influence of Ghanaian gospel, or African gospel music for that matter, beyond the continent. And you know that Stonebwoy also made history at the same venue a few weeks ago with his sold-out concert as well. So I guess, we're entering into our international arenas. Very soon we'll go to New York. What's it called? What's that New York arena where they do huge concerts? Madison Square Gardens. Yeah. And we'll be selling out the Madison Square Garden very, very soon.
And even the OVO Arena itself.
Yes.
Yes. The Wembley Stadium.
Yes.
We are getting there gradually. Baby
gradually.
step, but it is possible.
Gradually.
Yeah. And I was particularly happy because of the gospel fraternity. You know, over the years I don't want to say belittle them, but we've not really paid close attention to what really they can do and all that. So I think he being able to pull up this, it will really put his colleagues, I mean the gospel industry also in shape to take up challenges like that. Mostly, yes, they do have international shows and all that, but the capacity. Right, and yes, but also don't buy pressure for yourself. Easy, baby step, bit by bit, it's possible. We can get there.
By the way, so are you now? You can tell yourself that you go and book the
arena.
Exactly, and then you're not ready to fill it up because that also costs money. So weigh yourself. Yes, there's God, but also weigh yourself and make sure that it is indeed your time to fill it up. It's simply amazing. What have people been saying about, MOG's concert that he held, a sold-out concert? It was phenomenal. Amazing time of worship. This is AI with, I wonder if you were there. How do you pronounce your name? Pam MYB or Pamib? Anyway, she said it was phenomenal. Eldad at Christ the King, that's a church in Ghana, says MOG Music also sold out his OVO Wembley show. Ghana! With a fire emoji and the Ghana flag. I love that. Congratulations to at MOG Music _ for putting Ghana on the global stage at OVO Arena. Was lit. Sam Tuga said that. Greatness. Ghana music to the world. MOG Music is saying that. The Ajekum, History in London. MOG Music shuts down OVO Arena London. What a night, what an atmosphere. A powerful night of worship, music, and celebration as he takes fans back to the basics, Ghana to the world.
Clearly, Ajekum was at a venue.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Clearly, Ajekum was there. It looks like they had fun, though, looking at all the visuals that are playing on the screen.
Powerful ministrations, it's beautiful.
Yeah. All right, what's next on our trending list?
Yeah, that's rather a sad one.
Aww.
It is because a landfill collapse occurred in Guinea, close to its capital, Conakry, and that was yesterday, early hours of yesterday. And as we're speaking, at least 30 people have lost their life, according to reports coming from their government. So let's get into details of that. So the disaster happened at Dar es Salaam landfill, the largest waste dump in Conakry, after heavy rains washed the refuse and triggered a landslide that's buried nearby shacks. 6 people were seriously injured and several homes were destroyed in the incident. The landfill was scheduled to close on the day of the disaster due to hazardous conditions, and residents living nearby had been given eviction notices. However, many people remained in the area at the time of the collapse. Minister of Territorial Administration and Decentralization, Dianabu Tori, promised that the remaining families would be relocated elsewhere. So that was rather an unfortunate one coming from Guinea. And yes, it's a disaster. It has happened. It was triggered by the rains and all that. The fact that they issued the eviction notices, was it because they had anticipated this? And what really went into, because people are living there. I'm even struggling to process the whole thing, because people are living there. What next after eviction? Did you follow up to ensure that they had really moved out of the place? What enforcement action really went into that and all that? So it's not really enough. Human society, you cannot get all of us being perfect. So at times when persuasion fails, I think some force must be applied. I think if that had been done, we wouldn't be where we are
right
today.
now.
Very unfortunate.
Very unfortunate. I think our hearts are out, or our hearts are with them, and we're hoping the rescue efforts.
It's still underway.
They continue till they find everybody who perhaps is stuck under the rubble, and maybe going forward after they sit down and assess the impact and what they can do to make sure that doesn't happen again. They'll take some lessons from that as well.
And also, as Africa, the country and Africa, but I think we have to take our waste management more serious. We should do more of the sourcing, right, so that we're able to use them proper, because we combine everything, medical waste, for the health sector, they're able to do a little of the sort.
But the question is when it leaves the medical center,
where it ends. We should take that serious. This is a huge capital. It's avenue that we can get some revenue from if we really take it serious. So we shouldn't just be, and look at this
in other
residential area.
In other jurisdictions, you have to sort out your waste, otherwise they won't pick it up. So there's organic, there's plastic, and then there's paper and other recyclable materials. So you need to sort it out before they even pick it up. Otherwise, they're not touching it, because you can't just put bottles and plastic together. You can recycle bottles. But if it's plastic, then it needs to go through a completely different process. But in our part of the world, just bundle everything up and then we throw it away.
Everything's
So we need to figure it out, because that is an avenue, like you mentioned, to make a lot of money, a lot of revenue for the states, for individuals. And I know that there's some CSOs who are trying to champion that. But I'm sure they're meeting some challenges, but hopefully we'll get there. This is sad. This is sad, but hopefully that they'll move past this and figure out how to survive this disaster.
Absolutely.
All right, what have people been saying about this? Let's see.
Franklin Mayamante, right? He says proper waste management saves life at all levels. Let's ensure that our waste management facilities are well taken care of to avoid collapse that will result in so many adverse impacts, such as death, pollution of soil, water, and air. And this one says, it's now 32, please, not landfill, but it's a dam slide. Well, it's a new development. This one also says, I'm currently in Guinea. I attended a wedding ceremony near the site today. Wallahi, it's the saddest thing happened in years in Guinea. And this one from Hamid BW Diallo.
That's unfortunate.
Parisio Apps, he says, those are the African countries. Those are the African countries. It also once happened in Uganda.
I'm trying to figure out what he's saying.
Yes,
Those are the
very.
African countries. It also once happened in Uganda.
So he's trying
I understand
to
the,
point.
the second part, that such a thing has happened in Uganda before.
But the first part of
is
this-
a bit confusing
Yeah.
as to what he's trying to say. But anyway, is that it? Okay.
Robert Smoke, he says, looks exactly like what happened in Uganda. Yeah.
Okay, we've
Hamid
already
again,
read
yeah,
this.
I think we've
yeah,
read
we've
this.
We've read this as well.
Gasimo, yeah,
Or-
we've had this.
Yeah.
All right,
yeah,
so
very
it's a
unfortunate.
challenge. Basically, our waste management is something we have to take seriously, as a continent, not individual countries by large. Yes, we should develop a strategy. They are there, researchers have been telling us what to do and all that. We know them, we know the problems, and we equally know the solutions. So let's yes, it is capital intensive, but bit by bit. Government is a continuum and all that. Let's develop a holistic national agenda to deal with some of these issues, because waste, we are always producing waste, tons of them across part of the country, various countries and the continent by and large. Anyways, sorry to all the families.
And what's trending on social media with such a sad note. Please don't give us sad stories again. Surely be happy. It's a Monday. It's a Monday.
yeah.
We need to be happy.
All right.
We'll be right back after this. We have so much for you. You don't want to miss out.
Not every friendship is meant to last forever. Sometimes, the people closest to us can leave us feeling drained, manipulated, unheard, or constantly questioning our worth. But how do you know when a friendship has become toxic? Join Bishop Fred Crunchy-Mensah this week on Lifeline as we explore the topic on dealing with toxic friendships.
Not everyone who walks with you is helping your destiny. Some friends will drain your energy, steal your peace, and hold you back from progress. Welcome to Lifeline. Today's psychology is meeting theology to help you recognize toxic friendships and help you build healthy boundaries and manage friendships well. Talk to us. The power of friendship, the importance of friendship, and then what will make a friendship toxic.
And God said, let us make man. So God is a community. So man is coming from a place of relationship. Let us. So man is a product of a relationship.
Right.
And then by Genesis 2, he said, it is not good for the man to be alone. So man is made for a relationship. So the man is coming from a relationship, and man is made for a relationship. If anybody can enter the door of your life at will and close it and then leave it at will and lock it, you have no life. You have no life.
Lifeline airs every Tuesday and Thursday at 10 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
The Community Tracker is a parliamentary accountability project, a collaborative initiative between Channel 1 TV and the African Center for Parliamentary Affairs. Serving as an evidence-based project, Community Tracker documents and assesses development projects across constituencies in Ghana. The initiative includes the development of an attractive database map that identifies and tracks infrastructure projects, making information publicly available and promoting greater accountability. The program empowers communities to identify their priority development needs, monitor project implementations, and hold duty bearers accountable for the delivery of public services. It provides visibility for members of parliament who are delivering tangible development outcomes in their constituencies. Through the tracking and documentation of constituency-level projects, the program seeks to strengthen accountability in public infrastructure delivery while giving communities a meaningful voice in evaluating the impact of development interventions. The Community Tracker airs on Mondays at 7:30 p.m. with repeat broadcasts on Tuesdays 11 a.m. and Saturdays 5:30 p.m. only on Channel 1 TV.
You're welcome back. This is still Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 TV with me, Inu Safo and Wahab Abdul. We're going straight into our community focus. We'll be right back. Right, today we're going to the Central Region where Akwesiado, our correspondent there, has filed a report on residents of Modex, a suburb of Weija, who are complaining about perennial flooding and also building that they think will cause a lot more damage to the recurring floods that occur there in the Weija municipality. They're particularly worried about an ongoing construction project on an area that they say serves as both a street and a waterway. And you wonder who gave that person the license to build on that stretch. Like, imagine. And so we'll be watching that and we'll be speaking to our correspondent as well as relevant stakeholders to find out more.
This is Modex, a suburb of Weija in the Gas South municipality of the Greater Accra region. And residents of this area are extremely worried because there is an ongoing development of this small piece of land right behind us. And according to residents, this area really has a history of devastating flooding situation. And the recent flooding incident that occurred on June 29 really left the entire community submerged and residents extremely devastated. But the residents say since this construction activities began, they've tried drawing the attention of the Weija Municipal Assembly, but nothing is being done. And so let's speak to some of the residents here to find out how they feel about this incident and what their fears are.
Flood all over. We can't go out for this place to be free so that water can pass through. We are not safe at all in this area. When it rains, you can't come out. All the houses get flooded because the water can pass.
The whole place was flooded. I had to go and park all the way down there at the junction. And it was a very horrible scene. Sometimes the rain can fall for just 20 minutes and this place is flooded to the core. Yeah, it is life-threatening because we've seen what has happened recently.
Coming from the main junction at the Modex bus stop into this community, and according to the residents, this is supposed to be a through access joining the other street. But now that it is being blocked, it means that this particular street or access road is going to be completely cut, which means that there wouldn't be any access to the other part of the community.
About some few years ago, they came and demolished this blockade, and they have rebuilt it again. Anytime authorities will come here to stop them, when they go, they start to work again. And it's giving us big problems here. We can't do anything when it rains. Anytime it rains, it's serious. You can't go outside. You have to wait till the water subsides.
These cement blocks have been deposited here by the owner of the land that is being developed. And even apart from this, there is also a heap of sand that has been deposited right at the gates of two residents, which is really making access to their homes practically impossible. So according to one of them, he even has to meander his way in order to have access to his compound.
There's a heap of sand here. Tell me how that is going to help this neighborhood. If the laws work, I don't think someone can just come and drop something here like that. But
It's just sad that the same people who are going around doing demolition, you go to them and they don't do anything. It's just sad.
The measurements of this plot of land wouldn't go beyond 14 feet. It also has an electricity pole sitting right within the area where the construction activity is happening. But according to this woman who claims to be owner of the land, she has been able to secure permit from the Wejagbawe Municipal Assembly. However, she has failed to produce the documents. Then again, she says that she's been able to contact the ECG and then paid for the relocation of this electricity pole, which already has a meter that serves another residential facility.
Yes.
Have you already secured a permit from the assembly?
Yes, we have.
Really?
Yes, we have. So that's
the
why
MC
I'm surprised, because when I was
is-
called, I had a lot of. I just wanted to come in and see what was going on.
Oh, okay.
And when you were purchasing the
The
land,
assembly
you
engineer
you
signed
spoke
it.
with the neighbors around.
If you are buying land, you have to speak to neighbors around.
You see? In fact, the landowner is telling us that pole there, she has paid ECG. I don't know if it's true. That they should come and move the pole because she wants to build her land there. And I'm wondering how that's even possible. But according to her, she's confident enough to say that, yeah, she's moving the pole just for her comfort.
Interesting times in Wejagbawe municipality. All right, what are your thoughts on it initially before we go to a question?
That's serious, because for the fact that the area, according to the residents, serves as both a waterway and also road, is serious. Then you ask that how she got the permit to continue with the project, because certainly the engineers or whoever is responsible at the assembly will not simply give her the permit. And mostly these days, immediately you start the projects, they come with their red paints and all that. You ask,
Stop work.
what went
Produce
into
permit.
what went into the permit?
Right.
Did they just sit and issue a receipt? What I think that's the question we really have to be asking. The fact that also residents have raised concerns even with the assembly, and they go ahead to issue, if only the claim she's making is true, that she really got this serious.
But then again, if she hadn't, gotten a permit, I don't think she'd be bold enough to start construction, because looking at what we're looking at, she's walled the place, and they're now doing the actual construction of the building that she is planning on construct. So it's interesting. I would like to know who issued that permit to her.
Who is responsible?
Why would you issue a permit to somebody in a waterway? And if you didn't do due diligence, should you be allowed to continue to hold your position? Because then that means that you don't know what you're doing.
Absolutely.
And you just issue permits left, right, center. At whose peril? Because then you're going to put the other people within the community.
And even the owner of this facility, because it's a waterway, it means certainly when it rains again, the water will find its way through. And the structural integrity of that particular building she's putting up now, in some years to come, cannot be tested. Anyways,
Harry Bibero, I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine.
All right. Harry, you live within the Wejagbawe municipality. You've seen this construction ongoing. Tell us what happens within that area when it rains.
When it rains, it's very serious. The place is totally submerged. It can reach a window level. Yeah, it hampers economic activities. Even when it's raining, you are coming back from town, you have to wait. Or when you are in the house, you can't go out for any economic or social program. It's very serious. It's very serious.
Been like this?
Okay.
Has it always been like this? Has it always flooded anytime it rains, or is that only a recent thing?
So, about 14 years ago, one of the residents erected a wall, thereby closing up the channel of the water, the path of the rainwater. So we raised objection, and then from AMA, they came and then demolished the wall. Then they have re-erected this wall again, and since then, when it rains, it's unbearable for us, as we are the occupants of that community.
So considering, looking at the situation that's here, the area is a flood-prone one due to what some residents did earlier. And when you saw the construction of this piece of land, the development of that piece of land, what concerns did you raise, and did you direct them to the assembly?
Oh, yeah, we went to the assembly, and the follow-up come there. Sometimes when they leave, these people who are developing the land will be instructed again to be continuing the developing of the land with their intention to do a story building. To an extent that there is an electric pole serving the community, they want to reposition. According to one lady who claims the owner of that piece of land, they want to reposition the electric pole. And to effect this, there was, I think Friday, somebody was around when the electricity car pulled up. So it just act as if it's videoing them. Lo and behold, they turned and then returned. We never seen them again.
Wow. You said, does the lady that you mentioned, the one whose construction is being done currently, you mentioned another wall. Does that wall belong to the same person?
That wall, it goes through another house. They erected that wall. The occupants of the house behind the wall. Initially, that wall was not there. We were not facing any floods.
Right.
The moment that was erected, and we fought. We went to the assembly. They came and then demolished it. So with some time again, they have re-erected the wall again, and the place you cannot stand the kind of flood when it's raining. Within 20 minutes, the place becomes flooded. Within 20 minutes of rain. So as of now, I'm not in the house, and it's the way it's shivering. I have to call, and then because recently they're developing the admin, they just tipped the sand in front of my house. In front of my house, I have to meander my way to use my vehicle. Other cars that are bigger than me, when they are bigger than my vehicle, they can't have access into my house.
So then, is that in the middle of the road, or like
in the middle of the road? In the middle of the road. Maybe they were about to tip stones for that construction, but they couldn't. We forced them. We stopped them. So when we are coming from 40 meters away, they dump it by the side of the road. These people are bent to disturb the whole community with that project they intended to do.
You've reported to the municipal assemblies several times, as you mentioned. They have come, but as soon as they leave, the construction continues. What would you want the municipal assembly to do? Because you have reported to them severally. They will come, they'll stop work, but as soon as they leave, the work continues. What do you think that they can do to ensure that their stop work permit or their the authority is respected?
They have to be bold in decision taking, because once you are with the president directive to clear all structures that are on waterway, I see no reason why they are dilly-dallying with this issue. Because one person's selfish interest cannot disturb about 10 houses that are on the stretch of that road. It's very disturbing. Very disturbing. When it's rain, everything submerges. I hope there is video, still pictures attached to this, I think, reportage that is going on. You can see clearly a whole structure, which is about maybe 14 feet tall. You could see that the water level has reached almost 80% of that length of that tank. So it's very disturbing. It can even cause somebody to lose his life or a life. It's serious. We shouldn't sit down so that when a life or property is destroyed, then authorities will come to our aid. We are pleading with them. Any state authority relevant to this kind of situation, they should take action. Why are they waiting? What is the problem? We don't understand. Are we not Ghanaians? Or the person who is developing that piece of land is a better citizen than that? We don't understand the whole situation. Don't understand. There are livestock in one of the houses over there. When it's in, the person who is the owner of those livestock, it's very difficult.
Wow.
Very difficult. It's a severe situation. Very, very difficult. So our hope is the authorities, relevant authorities, state authorities there, to come and then clear this thing once and for all. And then a kind of letter should be given to whoever has blocked this thing for the second time. That never in any time should we erect a wall to block these flood waters from flowing.
All right. Thank you so much for speaking to us. Harry Bibero is a resident at Modex, which is a suburb of New Wager, and they're raising concerns about the construction of a building in their area, which they say is affecting them anytime it rains. Even now that it's cloudy, he's considering going home to ensure that his livelihood is not affected, because anytime it rains, it causes their area to flood. It seems we're struggling to get Akwesi on the line, but Akwesi's on phone. Okay, let's go and speak to Akwesi Ado, who filed that report. Akwesi, good morning. How are you?
Good morning, No and Wahab. I am fine.
Great. Yeah.
Mm.
Akwesi, how did you hear about this story, and describe what you saw? Is the construction ongoing in the middle of a road? Explain the positioning of that whole construction. It's a bit baffling.
Okay, thank you very much. So I think it's close to about a week when I received this complaint from residents of the community that there is this ongoing construction activity right in the middle of a road, and then also the area is flood prone, and they fear that should the construction activity continue, it would further expose the community to more devastating flooding. So they want us to keep an eye on that. So I think on Thursday, they put a call through that the workers have come to site and they were busily working, and that they've gone to the Wager Municipal Assembly to lodge a complaint, and there are some officers from the NADMO department who have come to see the site. And when they came, the construction workers halted the activities, only for them to return when the officers left the site. So they wanted us to come by, and lo and behold, we got there, and then their construction activity was busily ongoing. So they were now digging the foundation, and then also I saw that they had some cement blocks on site, and they had also taped sand in the frontage or just around the gate leading to another person's, home. And it's really a very, concerning matter to the people, because June 29, passed by and what they really suffered there. Some of the videos I've seen, it wasn't really a comfortable situation for the people.
All right, Agozi, I'm sure you had the chance to engage the assembly. Residents say they've raised serious, concerns with them, but when they come and demolish whatever structure being put there and they go, they come back and continue again. What did the assembly tell you about the strategy they're employing to get through to get to the root of this matter?
As a matter of fact, we are yet to get any sort of response from the officials at the Weija Municipal Assembly. So I contacted the MC. I tried calling him on several occasions, but he did not answer his phone call. I proceeded to send some videos and pictures from the site to him on WhatsApp, thinking he would have responded to it. But until this morning, there hasn't been any response from him also. Then I got in touch with the presiding member of the assembly, who also provided the contact of the officer in charge of spatial planning, and he's also not answered our calls and then text messages. So it looks as if the people or the residents are really helpless at this point, and they really do not know what to do. And what they are much concerned is that government has, stated clearly that it would do whatever that is possible to ensure that we're able to prevent flooding. And this is happening in Modex. Modex is within New Weija. This is just about 10 minutes drive away from the municipal assembly's office. And if the assembly is not able to take action on this matter, then it means that, there is really trouble. And what is even more concerning is that this individual who claims to be owner of the ongoing activity is claiming that she's been able to sort the ECJ out, and the ECJ has also agreed to relocate some of the service posts. And the people were asking where they would now, mount or relocate these posts to. And that particular area, if you get there, you see clearly that this should rather be a street that leads to another part of your community. And so even if the construction activity is allowed and then in the future there's an emergency, it will be difficult for emergency responders to even get to where they need to attend to that particular emergency.
Akwesi, do you know if the residents actually sent a letter or they just, went verbally? Because we've spoken to the MCE, Felix Odate Lamte, and we're being told that he has not heard about it. You also say you sent him visuals of what you saw there on WhatsApp. He says he hasn't heard about it. So
when I engaged the residents, the understanding I got was that this is really not an issue that just started.
Okay.
So it looks as if some years back there was an attempt to develop that particular area, and then a fence wall was constructed. We moved in to demolish that fence wall, and then clearly indicated to the people that this is supposed to be a road. And then the owner reconstructed the fence wall. So it looks like this is an issue that has been, so it predates the coming into office of the MCE.
Okay.
But then the residents say they've gone to the assembly. Then they were told that the MCE was in a meeting. So they engaged his PA. And then they proceeded to inform the engineer and then the NADMO director. So it was the NADMO director that even delegated officers to go and then ask the construction workers to halt their activities. So that is it. But it's not like they've written an official petition or something and then delivered it to the assembly.
All right. So I can see what are the residents demanding from the assembly as far as this issue is concerned?
So they believe that the authority resides with the assembly to ensure that this ongoing construction activity is stopped, and then also the fence wall that has been, the fence wall that has been constructed is also pulled down so that vehicles can easily move in that particular area. In fact, the building is taking place in between two fence walls of already built houses.
Wow.
And if you measure the size, I don't think it would go beyond 14 feet. And it's evidently clear that, such a construction activity cannot and shouldn't be happening in that particular zone.
Right. You spoke to the owner of the land, and I believe, did she show you her permit? Because I think I heard her say that I have a permit.
She claimed she secured a building permit from the Wejabawe Municipal Assembly. So I asked whether she could show me the document.
Right.
And she said no, she cannot show me the document.
Because I'd like to know whose name is written under that permit, right? So that, yeah.
Exactly. And she wouldn't even mention her name, and she wouldn't even actually speak to us on camera.
Right.
Yes.
Right. Any more questions, Wahab?
No. Anyways, Augusty, thank you very much for bringing this story to the bear. All right, so that was our Central Regional Correspondent, Akwesi Ado, engaging us on the story of the people of Modest in the Wejabawe Municipal Assembly, where residents are calling on the assembly to come in and demolish and actually halt the construction or development of a piece of land that is serving as a waterway and also streets, fearing that it could worsen the flooding situation of the area. I think it's a legitimate concern and appeal from the resident, given the fact that it is a flood-prone area. Already they are struggling with what people have done some 14 years ago, and you are now coming to add to the existing problem.
Exactly.
So I think the assembly should act straightfully.
And it's just 10 minutes away.
Yeah.
All right. So, we have, when we return, the top 10 contestants from the Literacy Challenge. Don't leave your seat, because I know you want to know if you're part of that top 10. We'll be right back.
Looking for everything made in Ghana, all in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creators, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205 973 973 or 0558 973 973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Are you ready? Yes, I'm ready. Good. I'm going to give you something to chop.
Well, hello, gentlemen.
Oh, hello. Yes, hello.
We're making a very special meal, and it's special for many reasons. One of those reasons would be that all the ingredients we're using here, pretty much all of them, you can find them in Ghana. First co-executive chef is Zia Chowdhury, the Zia Chowdhury. He is the UN Residence Coordinator here in Ghana. And we have the Mr. Edmund Mukala, who is the representative of UNESCO to Ghana, as we make this prawn curry with really a rice and lentil pottage. We're also really reliving some of the things that we know here in Ghana.
I have to say, I do love groundnut stew with fufu. But my absolute favorite, and this I think is unusual for many people, is okra soup.
Oh my goodness.
Oh. Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
What's Cooking is brought to you by Everpack, Tasty Tom, and Electroland Ghana Limited.
Thank you very much for staying with us. This is the Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 Television with me, Wahab Abdulrazak, and Eno Safo. Yes, like we told you earlier, Literacy Challenge, it is progressing steadily. And yes, today we're going to bring you an announcement of our top 10 regions. Yes, we said this is going to be regional. It is a regional competition, right? So wherever you are, anywhere in the country, from Northern region, Upper West, and all that. And we have top 10 regions that are going to participate in this year's edition of the Literacy Challenge. Yes, and we have our literature madam in studio. Afioko Sarah Mashon-Abe is our head of program production here at Channel 1 Television. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Wahab. I see the team has infected you with this madam thing.
You know.
Eno.
Happy.
You are part.
I'm innocent. I
highly doubt it.
I'm sure it's due to whispered into his ear before he left the set.
Maybe I'll also influence her. I shouldn't. All right. Okay. I'll stay in my lane.
How are you, Abby?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Yeah. Tell us about the Literacy Challenge and how we got here.
All right. So it's been a journey of about 1.5 months so far. Mm-hmm. And we began with you as our able MC at the launch in very early July by launching this challenge for 2026. And we did say that there are going to be a few twists and turns in the way we're doing things this year. And I think we're living up to the promise.
Yes, you are.
So the Literacy Challenge, for those who would be hearing about it for the first time, even though I don't know why, I'll indulge you anyway. It's a national literacy, numeracy, educational campaign competition for pre-secondary school students in Ghana. And the age range of focus is 11 to 15 years of age. Mm-hmm. Now, why do we do this? Why is a media house even bothering to do this? Because day in, day out, we're having conversations about education. Different sectors, but education always shows up very prominently. Even here, every now and then on the community focus segment of the show, you have issues popping in education-wise. And what we're saying is that we need to be rethinking about how we engage our young people if we want them to be able to be successful in the world. So level 1, essay competition. They wrote about AI. Imagine that they were consultants for the Minister for Education and suggesting to him how we can use AI to better education without leaving anyone behind, regardless of background. Level 2, an aptitude test, general knowledge. They did that a little over a week ago. Right. And now, the top 100 students wrote, or top 100 contestants wrote the aptitude test. Mm-hmm. And from that level, we now have a top 30. And it's a regional dynamic at this stage. Mm-hmm. We have, like you said, Wahab, 10 regions,
Right.
and each region has their top 3 contestants
Wow.
from what we've done so far representing the region. Okay, and so I'm going to, in no particular order,
Okay.
mention the regions,
All right.
mention the names. So before that, I just want you to have an idea of what the top marks were for each region.
Okay.
Okay, so top mark for the Volta region was 76%.
Wow.
Central region, 92%.
Wow.
Northern region, 90%. The Western region, 90%. The Upper East region, 90%. The Bono region, 70%. Eastern region, 93%.
Amazing.
Upper West region, 88%. Eno, your home region, Ashanti region, 96%.
Say Kutu.
Say bye. And the Greater Accra region, 96%.
Oh, yeah, of course,
as
my
well.
home region too.
Yeah. Take
You know,
the
yeah.
accolades. So that's where we are.
Right.
So now I'm going to mention the names again, no particular order. Who they got the highest, which region, none of that. Okay. So the Volta region, we have Mensa Gabriela Maupemo from the Volta Barracks JHS, Samuel Danku, Ho Bankwe EP JHS, Austin Deladam Agoche, Betwe EP Junior High School. So that's the Volta region. Central region, Abigail Inkum, Girls Model School, Laurentia Kwating Labi, Allswell Academy, Julianne Oforua Dankwa, Girls Model School. Northern region, Fahim Wumpini Al Hassan, Savannah International Academy, Abdul Nasir Shami Masuini, Abe Halprin School Limited, Isa Abba Sal Sabila, Abe Halprin School. Western region, Ronalda Nyako, New Pathway School, Joyce Aqua, Onya Francis Ideal School, Justina Essie Hagan, Bright Kids International School. Upper East region, Atara Nawal, Great Victory Academy, Alobo Akari, Adabasi Junior High School. Then we have Davor Gerald, who's from the Great Victory Academy. Bono region, Emanuela Michelle Se, Dreamfield International School. Enyinyamboafo Wilson High Arthur, Sunyai Secondary Model Basic School. Hilda Opoku Kwating, Adventist Preparatory School. Eastern region, Noako Kwabena, Adumreko, Suhum Roman Catholic JHS. Nyamedum Apia Kubi, Apia Abuaji, Hallmark Schools, and Stephanie Otrewa Apau Jimfi, PCE Demonstration JHS. So that's for the Eastern region.
Okay.
Upper West region, Devine or Divine, we've been debating how to pronounce the name, but I prefer Devine. I hope it's Devine. Yambefari Ambalaku, Leadership Community School. Bemi Abbas Sharika, Hila Liman JHS. Manuel VP Eledi, Ancilla Catholic School. Then the Ashanti region, Laurel Akuma Obuobi, KNUST Basic School. Akwesi Opoku Jateng, KNUST JHS. Zuberu Latif, Baba Jato, International Community School. And then, last but not the least, the Greater Accra region, Neria Jemfi, Northridge Lyceum, my school. I'll say it to you. I'll say it everywhere I go. My school. Janelle Abriel Fori, Silicon Valley International School. Otu Sarah Augusta Kusia, Achimota Basic School.
Wow.
So those are our top 10 regional
Amazing.
teams for the Literacy Challenge 2026.
Congratulations.
Congratulations to all of you.
Yes.
Yes.
Where do we go from here?
So on the 5th and 6th of September, we go into our level 3. So this is the beginning. We've announced who has made it there. Now, this level, it's a team work dynamic.
Okay.
So the reason we've put these students into teams is because we're testing very prominently and very deliberately their ability to do teamwork, collaborate, partner together to work towards a common goal for victory. Why? Because in the world that we live in today, you need to understand collaboration.
Absolutely.
If you work in silos, you may not be able to achieve much. And so this is why we are doing this at this stage. It's one of the critical life skills that we believe that education should be instilling in our young people. Now, during the 5th and 6th of September, think sports. So Saturday, you've got your knockout rounds, and by Sunday afternoon, we should have our top 4 regional teams. Now, they will battle it out for the top 3 spots. And I'll just tell you what the grand prize is for the regional team.
Tell us.
So the winning regional team, drum roll, the team gets 15,000 Ghana cedis. So that's 5,000 cedis for each student, or for each participant of the team. A laptop each.
Wow.
A trophy
For each of the
for each of the 3. So no, because you are coming from different places, you can't. Let me come to your house tomorrow and use your laptop. Let me come to your school next weekend.
Yeah.
No.
collabo.
And after that, we've collaborated. We should collaborate forever and ever. At least,
Yeah.
And then each of them also gets a trophy for the same reason. They are going to their different schools, respective homes. They should have something that they can look at and say, look, I did that. And each of them needs a piece for themselves. They get gold medals. So they can do the ching, 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 and then certificates of participation. Now, remember that the literacy challenge is not just about the teams, but we are looking, and not just about winning anything. We're looking for the most outstanding all-round pre-secondary school students in Ghana.
Right.
So that student who is versatile, you throw them into the sciences, they're shining. They may not get 100%, but they can dominate when they need to. You throw them into the arts, the creativity, the innovation, the tech, the science, they are there. The languages, they are there.
Right.
So looking for that all-round person. Again, because we are in a time where you cannot be just one thing. You need to be versatile. Even if you look at the economy, maybe you not get small side hustle. Now what for you? So versatility is an important life skill now.
Yeah.
And so we are looking for that model pre-secondary school student who we can say, if we train our young people like this, we expose them to X, Y, Z, this is what he or she should look like. And this is what we want to groom them to be so that they can become the kind of citizens we need them to be in Ghana. So you've done level 1, an essay competition. You've done the aptitude test. Now you've done your regional team competition, live quiz competition, which will be broadcast live on Channel 1 TV. So now the winning team, that is where we select first place. That's where we select the all-round student from. Because it means that you've worked to get through all the stages. So that is where the all-round person standing out should be coming from. Now this person gets an additional 5,000 Ghana cedis. So the person gets 10,000 cedis in total. And then also gets a plaque, commemoration plaque, in addition to everything else to prove that it's not I said. It's not I said. It is inscribed. My name. I am the most outstanding all-round pre-secondary school students in Ghana for 2026, and the Literacy Challenge says so.
That's bragging right.
I love it.
How are we going to get this all-round students that we're looking for? Is it going to be from day one, the accumulation of all the results?
Yes.
Up until the final
yes.
day? Okay.
So we go back to, so you have your winning team now. So Eno, Wahab, and Api are from the Channel 1 region. And we've won. Hooray, 15,000, laptop, all the things, okay?
Yeah.
Now, we go for Eno's essay, Wahab's essay, Api's essay, Eno's aptitude test, Wahab's aptitude test, Api's aptitude test. And of course, together, we've been scored for the live quiz. And we see who has been consistently showing up, who has, and I mean, if there's a tie, you do tiebreakers. No, in quiz round there, tiebreakers are allowed. So that is what it looks like. Because if we're saying you're all round, and that's why the literacy challenge is, it tests so many different skills right from inception to the quiz round.
Yeah.
How you express yourself, you communicate on paper, your research, what should I call it? Your prowess, but your receptors, how you're picking up information and using that to make an argument on paper. Now you go to the aptitude test, different things are thrown at you. And the young people will tell you, and those who are there at the aptitude test grounds, it wasn't your average aptitude test. Yes, multiple choice, but they had to engage with all sorts of things. For example, in their aptitude test kit, they had a lime. The lime that people use for their armpits,
I
lime.
thought you were going to do some cooking. No,
that lime. No, I want people to know the lime. Yes, that lime.
Okay,
that
one.
So each of them had one of those in their kit. And there are a few questions they had to answer after having observed the lime. One of them was, describe the texture of the surface of the lime without using the word rough.
Oh.
Another one was, describe the lime without using the word lime, so that someone who reads what you've written will be able to understand that you're talking about a lime. So testing different skills. They also had groundnut, a single groundnut in the shell. And then there were questions over there about legumes, but now so learning through observation, recall through seeing things that are common around you. A rubber band, they had a rubber band and some paper clips, and they were asked to create something using them. Yes, and then explain to us what you've created and what you use it for. But you see, these are very inexpensive things. So back to our educational system, we keep saying that if you have to expose our children, we have to let them compete internationally, we have to spend a lot of money, but not really. Because those test kits that we put together,
they're things you see every day.
Each one costs 45 cedis. You can even drop the cost and do, say, a 30. And you don't have to throw the things away.
You can
go back to them. And then use them in interesting, dynamic ways to get the young people exposed. And there are things that they see around them. Wherever you're from in Ghana, you have seen groundnuts before. You have seen lime before. You've used it differently in different ways. You said cooking, like I said, it's diverse, right? You've seen a rubber band before, or rubber tie, as it's called. You've seen paper. So these are not things that are foreign to you, and it opens your mind to be innovative, and that's what we want to expose our young people to. So, Wahab, that's what they were experiencing in level 2, and definitely there are people who came out with higher marks than others at that point. And then we go to the quiz itself, which is equally general knowledge, thinking on your feet, oral communication. The questions are thrown at you. You work together, jaw, answer, and you have to answer convincingly, confidently, and correctly, depending on what questions are thrown at you. There you go.
How many rounds is the quiz?
We're doing 4 rounds. 4 rounds. Yes. Okay. 4 rounds, and the examiners are preparing interesting things for the young people.
Sounds interesting. Sounds interesting. When again are we taking?
So this is the 5th and 6th of September. So in just a little over a week. So this weekend we go and shop Ghana. And then the weekend afterwards, we educate Ghana.
Absolutely. We're bringing that in. How's the preparation so far?
For This Is Ghana? It's phenomenal. And seeing the different sectors. Look, This Is Ghana. Every year, we realize that there are people playing in sectors that we didn't know were in Ghana. And that's the beauty of the kind of thing that we do with This Is Ghana. And don't forget, I keep going back to this all-important statistics, which the Ghana Enterprise Agency has put out there, the Statistical Service, the NDPC, the fact that over 90% of our businesses in Ghana are SMEs. Now, those people don't have big budgets for marketing. So a fair like This Is Ghana is critical to their marketing and promotional efforts, and for the kind of scaling up that we want to see our Ghanaian businesses do. So seeing the different aspects and from across Ghana, it's literally This Is Ghana. It's not This Is Accra. Representation and whatnot. I can't wait to experience it this weekend. And people should come ready to shop. There's no gate fee, so they should come
entry,
exactly, and come ready to also partner and see if we can invest. If you have some disposable income, collaborate, come and invest in one of the businesses.
Very important.
All right, Api, thank you so much. We are looking forward to both the Literacy Challenge and This Is Ghana
exhibition.
All right, we have a musical interlude. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Jimmy, but goddamn, boy, you much my vibe. So new I'm in nothing. I don't feel like what I say. Uni menchana my emre. Uni ni ame pen. Keep on making me seduction. Make God it fall down flat. Right now I'm tired of trying. Some things I just know we're fighting for. Let's take it back where we started. Cause these things you do got me wildin'. The Hennessy got me low, low, low. It do me things where I know, no, no. Be like say I go low, low, low. You done make I done lose my. And yes, I made Jimmy, but goddamn, boy, you didn't match my vibe. Say when you want me nothing. No be to lie, walai. Say when you mention my emre. When you need me pen. Keep on making me seduction. Make out it fall down flat. And yes, I made Jimmy, but goddamn, boy, you didn't match my vibe. So when you want me nothing. No be to lie, walai. Say when you mention my emre. When you need me pen. Keep on making me seduction, 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 seduction. Say boy, when you know this in my world, know they be in my heartbeat colder than ice. You know say this one I love you, they be they sweet by sugar and spice. Me unya me nyembo, this your love, it enter my eyes, my eyes. I say we gon' be alright, and I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. And I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. Oh baby, want me cha, baby, me come da. Me de ma come ma won't baby. Oh, won't baby. Oh baby, want me da. When they make cha baby, make come da. Me dem a come ma won't baby. Oh, won't baby. When they am my odo so, odo konia odo wo. Missing my come you oh. See me finja grow a day. See me giving me feelings inside, so strong that I can't deny. Now you make my heart skip a beat. When you miss me, baby, call on me, and I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. And I'll be there for you. Anytime you need me, I'll be there. Anytime you need me, call on me, yeah. Oh, baby, want me da. When it me cha, baby, me come da. Me de ma come ma won't go, baby. Oh, won't go, baby. Oh, baby, want me da. Oh no, yeah. Them say make I no give you my mind. And all the things where you tell me, son, I'm not lie. Oh, 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 but before I go leave you, not fight. For if you know that my body in me say I die. Oh, now you are no fit to forget. You didn't make my head, it rotate. Got my eye on you, no debate. Long as I got you and then I'm straight. This loving was worth the wait. Them no fit to compete, oh, I got you as long as you did by my side. And I swear to God, say if you know that my life, he go drive me crazy, even fit to kill me. I swear to God, say if you fall my hand, I no go love again. I swear, oh I lie. Oh na na, oh na na, oh na na, eh. If not to leave you, I swear no way. I no go be to do them no be make me do oh na na, oh na na, oh na na, eh. If not to leave you, I swear no way. I no go be to do it means I go fight for you. Oh now you are no fit to forget. You didn't make my head it rotate. Got my eye on you, no debate. Long as I got you, I know that I'm straight. This loving was worth the wait. Them no fit to compete, oh. I got you as long as you did by my side. And I swear to God, if you know that my life, he go drive me crazy, even fit to kill me. I swear to God, you found my hand. I don't go love again, I swear, oh, I lie. Oh, me, I don't go love again, I swear, oh, I lie. I no go love again, I swear, oh, I lie. Make them vex, I go be fight for your mother. Take a few shots, I go die for your mother. Hold me down, you for come see my mother. I could do it all for you, oh I could take you flex. Tell the world you're my lover. Boy, you know you're the one that I desire. And 9 months have a beautiful daughter. I could do it all for you. Make them vex, I know they care, make them vex. Nobody go feel love you like I do, make them vex. I know they care, make them vex. I could do it all for you. Make them vex. I know they care, make them vex. Nobody go feel love you like I do, make them vex. I know they care, make them vex. I could do it all for you. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. They don't wanna see us together. Boy, you my forever. So no matter what the weather, oh, I could do it all for you. They don't wanna see us together. Boy, you my forever. So no matter what the weather, oh, I could do it all for you. Make them vex. I know they care, make them vex. Nobody go feel love you like I do, make them vex. I know they care, make them vex. I could do it all for you. Make them vex. I know they care, make them vex. Nobody go feel love you like I do, make them vex. I know they care, make them vex. I could do it all for you. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. Like I do, like I do. Nobody go feel love you like I do. Like I do.
Welcome back to the show. This is Breakfast Daily right here on Channel 1 Television. And that was an amazing performance by Viana Negashi, helping us to cool things down a little bit. It's Monday, Right now, we're going to do sports, delving into the world of sports, bring you up to speed with what has been transpiring so far. And we have in studios with us Yao Ejiminta from the Channel 1 Sports. Yeah.
Wow. Hello.
How are you?
I'm doing very well. It's a bit of a surprise to see you here on a Monday. Normally I see you on set over the weekend. Yeah, it's a bit of a surprise. Yeah,
don't worry, you'll
more
adjust. You had a good weekend?
Oh yeah, I had a good weekend. It was the opening round of games in the English Premier League.
Hell yeah, the women are not getting our remote controls back for a couple of months, but we'll be fine.
Allow us to enjoy the moment.
We'll be fine.
Yeah, the La Liga. Yeah, the La Liga also kicked off.
Right.
We had a German Super Cup take place. So yeah, the leagues are returning to action. Yes, the Italian league also started over the past weekend, and next week that's when we have the German league also commencing. The French league has already started, and so yeah, it was the second week that we witnessed. And so yeah, a lot of games to look forward to, and that I watched over the past weekend. Later tonight, yeah, there's Chelsea taking on Fulham. So I know the Chelsea fans are eagerly waiting for that one. But yeah, over the weekend, we had some of our Ghana guys in action.
Antoine Semenyo.
Antoine Semenyo played for 90 minutes for Man City. They ended up beating his former team, AFC Bournemouth, by 2-1. Fatawu Shahaku featured for Ipswich Town. He delivered a good performance and played 6 minutes. And then you had on Friday, Caleb Jurenchi and Brandon Thomas Asante played for Coventry City. They ended up losing to Arsenal by 3-0. I mean, no surprise there. They're defending EPL champions. I'm coming up against a team that just gained promotion to the English Premier League. So yeah, it was pretty much a no contest. But yes, and also Ibrahim Osman, he ended up playing for Brighton and Hove Albion. They ended up beating Aston Villa by 4-0. So that was also impressive. In the French league, Enes Nyama didn't play. Mohamed Salisu, he's recovering from injury. He also didn't play. But a Ghana guy, quote unquote, ended up playing for Olympique Lyon, and he ended up scoring. They ended up winning their game by 2-0. His name is Noah Nate.
Okay.
But he's Danish and he's Ghanaian. So his father is Ghanaian and his mother is Danish. So yeah, that we should add that to the diaspora pool. So we can also tap into it. He's yet to make his debut for Denmark at the senior level.
Okay.
His older brother has played once for Denmark.
Okay.
That's Nicholas.
Is he any good?
Nati. Yeah, he's a solid player. He plays for Stuttgart in the German Bundesliga,
But
and
if
his
he's
younger
played-
brother plays in the French league for Olympique Lyon.
If he's played once for
Oh no,
Danish,
he can. He's still eligible to play for Ghana. You have to
Then he
make
should look
3
sharp.
appearances. Once you go beyond 3, then that's it. Yes,
right.
but once he's made 1 or 2, he's still eligible, and so yeah, we can potentially tap into those guys. Yeah,
Yeah,
because I mean, we should be moving off Iñaki Williams, for instance. Yeah, those guys. Yeah, he came. He's played at World Cup.
yeah.
Nothing major to speak of.
should look at elsewhere.
yeah, we should look at other guys and potentially bring those
I
guys
saw
in.
Semenyo take off his shirt.
His jersey, hand it over to a young
and
fan.
he was so
And he was crying. Yeah, it
It
means a
was
lot. It means a lot
beautiful.
to these young guys.
And he broke
these
down.
ones.
We have to.
Oh yeah, he was crying.
Yeah,
he was crying. He was
yeah.
really crying. I suspect he's of Ghanaian descent or he's Ghanaian because you could tell like the outpouring of emotion. Yeah, it was such a touching
And the fact that he
moment.
identified him to
Yeah,
go
because
straight
I
to
think he was
him.
holding-
his
His big brother,
his brother,
right?
the guy who accompanied him,
Was
held
holding,
a placard.
Antoine, can I get your jersey?
And yeah, he spotted it, and yeah, he
That was
like,
very
let me
nice
give it
of
to this
him.
young
Amazing.
child.
That's
And it
very
means a
nice.
lot. I mean, that's what sport is all about. And you do these little things, and it
And they'll
means it goes a
remember you.
long way to just cheer them up, pep them up. And you never know. You look at these stories. I've seen young kids look at or meet these footballers, these
Yeah.
athletes,
Yeah.
and they cry, and it gets so touching to the point that the athletes also end up crying because it takes them back to their childhood days, the people they looked up to, and how they wish they could have met those guys, and seeing people being able to relate to you so well, it means a lot. It makes you think that, okay, yeah, I'm doing something good, because I might not give you money, I might not give you connection or this or that, but I make you feel good about it.
So that's emotional.
And I make you feel good, and I make life worth living, more or less. And so
I think during the World Cup, most of those videos were trending.
Bellingham
It
means a
and
lot.
the rest,
It means a
taking
lot
off their
to
jackets to put over the kids when they're cold.
Yeah, it means a lot to
Simply
these
amazing,
guys. It means a lot, and that's what athletes are supposed to do. I mean, you are a leader of this, one of the leaders of society, and that's why they say, oh, yeah, you are supposed to be a role model, because a lot of people look up to you, especially the young ones, because people will look, okay, politicians and co. They'll go like, I can't relate to you necessarily, but I can relate to an athlete. I mean, the music they listen to, how they perform on and off the field or on and off the court. I can vibe with you.
And
I can vibe with that.
goes beyond the pitch.
Yeah, it goes beyond. It goes beyond it. So that was a very nice moment from Antoine Semenyo to commence the 2026-2027 English Premier League. And we've talked about the Black Stars, and I don't know if I can say former Black Stars, but he's still active in the
Where he makes me anymore now? Is that something you want to tell us?
That's why I'm struggling to give him a tag. I can't call him former because he hasn't announced his retirement yet. And per what he said over the weekend on Sunday, he's still looking forward to be an active player and potentially play in Europe later this season. And that the person I'm referring to is Andre Dedayu. And so on Sunday, he was the guest on Mikel Obi, former Nigeria international, played for Chelsea for a long time. He's in Ghana. He came to Ghana this past weekend, and he has a podcast. And the guest on his podcast for that particular episode was Dede Ayew. And he had a lot of interesting things to say, talking about Otuado staying longer than he expected, because after the AFCON, we failed to qualify for the AFCON. He expected him to get sacked and all of those things. So that was quite eye-opening. You don't normally hear or get athletes to be that upfront with their opinions and being able to open up the way he did. And the fact that he also talked about that. He also talked about the fact that he's the CEO of Nania FC, and he's been the CEO of Nania FC for a couple of years.
Okay.
And as soon as he said that, the first thing that came to mind was, oh, okay, it means this guy is eligible to run for GFA president.
But do you think he's ready?
I think maybe a season or two he'll be ready. Maybe a year or two he'll be ready.
Because it's more than football.
Yeah, because
you're managing administration, referees, clubs.
Exactly. And so, I mean, he's intelligent, so he can, get the proper orientation and learn it. And on top of that, he can apply his practical knowledge in a lot of instances. And Mikel Obi more or less gave a hint that, okay, this guy, I'll support him if he wants to run for GFA president. And honestly, I would support it because...
Would you?
Oh, I'll support him to be...
Would the people who hold the votes support him?
Yeah, I will support it. I really would support it. And I honestly believe that if he makes himself available and officially declares, I don't think it will be a major contest. Let's say he and
But if he's coming, yes, I was about to say.
Oh, no, I don't think it will be a contest. I think he will win it.
Really?
I think he will win it. Yes,
How confident?
I think he will
what
win
makes
it.
you like?
Oh, yeah. And he will be, honestly, a fine GFA president. Because, he's bilingual. He speaks French. Once you speak French, you have more or less
an upper hand.
An upper hand, or taking like 2 steps in that echelon, because the French countries more or less dominate the numbers because there are so many on the African continent. And if you more or less share some kind of familiarity with them in terms of your ability to speak their language, it gives you more or less an advantage in that state. And on top of that, his wife is Ivorian. So all of these things, it happens.
I think you're drawing my mind to something actually.
Oh, yeah. And on top of that, this guy, the connections that this guy has.
Yeah.
top level.
Maybe we'll win the World Cup under him.
Yeah.
Maybe, but the guy has played
Fingers
at Marseille. He's played at Swansea.
Yeah.
He's played for Nottingham Forest in the EPL. He's played in the Dutch league for NAC Breda. He's played in Qatar.
Because he has a wealth of experience.
Wealth of experience,
on the pitch,
wealth of connections behind the scenes.
It's very easy for him to penetrate through.
He's dealt with a lot of football managers, football administrators, technical directors.
He does have his own team, so he definitely will be doing some of the admin work, maybe not all, but some.
And the fact that it's an IU. I
Yeah.
mean, his
Yeah.
dad already has that.
Yeah, the surname is already opening doors.
His dad already has that foundation, and he and his brothers have built on that foundation.
Exactly.
Honestly, he speaks well, very well composed, deals well with the media. He just has it. I mean, the look, the feel, the education. Yeah,
The
I think
charisma.
The
I think he
charisma.
ticks
I
all the
think
boxes.
it ticks all the boxes.
Yeah.
He'll make a fine
And then
GFA
let's
president.
push that agenda.
And that is if he wants to do it, because right
Whether
now he
he
says
likes
he
it
still
or
wants to
not.
play. Right now
Well,
he says he
true,
still
he
wants
still
to
wants
play.
to play, so maybe that's
let's give
not.
it some time. But
Right.
honestly, if he decides, you know what, I can get my football career, I think it's pretty much done, and I can see myself becoming, let's say, a CAF president in the next 15 years, 10 years. If he gives it a serious thought and decides, you know what, the football thing, I'm done. I want to really go into this.
Because he's paid his dues.
Yeah,
He's
he's
done
paid his dues.
part, yeah.
If he decides that we really want to go into this now, with the GFA elections coming up in a couple of years, oh yeah.
I feel like
he'll definitely make it. Honestly, he'll definitely
you
make
know,
it.
him being a CAF would give us like a completely different.
Yes, and
you
that's
know,
why
where we're
a
not
lot
going to
of
curtail
folks,
to certain things.
that's why a lot of folks were disappointed with the whole Nyantechi involvement in Anna's expose.
Yeah, because he also had
he
that.
was there.
He had that
was
bigger
going to
picture.
be he was going to be the CAF president. It was
was
so
clear.
Unless you were blind,
Yeah,
blinded by hate. It was so clear that this guy
was the next
was the
CAF
next.
president.
He was the
yeah.
next in line to be the CAF president.
That's
And
unfortunate.
unfortunately, yeah, all of those things
Well,
happen.
it is
And
what
so,
it is.
Yeah, and so yeah, that's pretty much it. And yeah, honestly, I'm really hoping for the best for the Dayu. If he decides to go down this path, yeah, I'm all for it. I'll seriously really monitor that particular campaign.
We're all monitor
Oh
it.
yeah, I'll seriously really monitor that
We will
campaign.
definitely-
and
we will
see what
definitely
he
be behind
really
him
has to bring on board.
24/7.
Because I'll be very, very interested to see how he functions. And honestly, I would love it if he ends up being a future GFA president. That would be a perfect transition. Because you've been a player, you've been a Black Stars captain, you've served this country so well, so long,
Yeah.
very dedicated. Look, upon all the criticism, the insults, the abuse, one thing you
He
can
stood
never
firm.
ever one thing you can never ever argue about is the commitment of the Dayu and his brothers. That one, it is something that you cannot argue
Yeah.
about. These guys are super committed, and honestly, like I said, if he wants to make that transition now or in the near future, yeah, I'll definitely support him for it. I'll definitely support because honestly, I believe he will make for a fine GFA president in the future. I honestly would love that for him, and it would be great to see a former.
I was about to
Black
ask, has
Stars-
any former Black Stars player ever?
former Black Stars.
Or
Some
you-
have
Attempted?
Some have become held
Executive
positions
members
at various
and all that,
points
yeah.
in the hierarchy. But
never
GFA
for
president,
president. You could,
not
off of the
on
top of your
my
head, you
no,
can't
I
think
don't
of
think
anything.
So. On the top of my head, I
Maybe
don't
history
think
is
so.
about to happen.
Yeah, that's why I honestly
And
want
we
it.
love it.
Yeah, and we've seen this growing call for footballers to take up, or ex-footballers to take up more of such roles. I
Yeah.
mean, we see them, around the team, pick up one or two roles, but they don't necessarily sit at the top table. For instance, the GFA ESCO team.
And that's where everything changed.
Yeah, that's the most powerful body in the football hierarchy. So you look at it, and yeah, the top former players, they
Right.
aren't part of the team. I mean, Samuel Sekufor, former Black Stars player, was part of the Black Stars management committee at some point. Stephen Appiah is now part of the management committee. But that's management committee, honestly. Even people are even questioning what they do.
They do, yeah.
Exactly. So we need something more prominent, something that will lead to policy change directly. Because if you are Black Stars Management Committee, you're not affecting
any change,
policy change. No, it's not happening.
All
And
right.
so I really love this for the DIU. Now,
Right.
to run out of the studio, I have to get this out there. Earlier this morning, this is internet. So earlier this morning, Coco Gauff, she ended up winning the 2026 Cincinnati Open. She ended up beating Jessica Pegula 6-2, 6-4 in straight set to win that particular title. It's her
That's
second
lovely.
title, Cincinnati Open title.
Wow.
She won it in 2023, and she's won it for the second time this year. And the timing is good. It's great because next week
You're
the
going into
US
US
Open
Open.
starts,
Right.
and she has won that tournament before.
Okay.
And so it gives her that bit of confidence
Puts her on
heading
a certain
into
pedestal.
heading into that particular tournament. And she's been consistent, but she hasn't been able to get over the hump more or less up until this moment, because she's played in multiple semifinals in multiple competitions, but she hasn't necessarily won those competitions. And so she being able to get to this level and win the Cincinnati
I
Open
like
title.
the trophy.
Yeah,
It's very
it looks like a
unique.
job.
Yeah, it's cute. You know, with
and
the
she being able to
spirals.
win it. Yeah, I like the fact that she was able to
Gorgeous.
get it
Gorgeous,
just before the start of the US Open championship. And so good luck to her and all the folks who will be participating. Then a quick one, Serena Williams. The report coming in is that Serena Williams and Carlos Alcaraz, who is the world number 2 in the men's tennis division,
Yeah.
they plan on
Pairing up.
pairing and playing the mixed double at that particular competition. A lot of critics have slammed that decision, believing that it's just a marketing
Marketing
move.
gimmick.
A marketing gimmick, because both are Nike athletes and they want to make it more
promo
like
their-
a brand
yeah,
kind of thing.
kind of thing.
That would be
we'll
an
see.
interesting
Agenda kakra.
yeah. But that would be an interesting thing to look out for in this
Yeah.
year's US Open. So congratulations to Coco Gauff.
Right.
And
Alrighty.
we'll see how she performs in the US
All right,
Open,
y'all. Thank you so
championship.
much for bringing
You're
us,
welcome.
updates from the world of sports. That's our show for you, right, Wahab?
Yeah,
I hope
yeah,
you
yeah.
enjoyed it.
Oh, it was very interesting.
definitely be
Bringing
back on your
everything
screen.
everything to 'em, from basketball to
Yeah. So
amazing.
we'll definitely be back on your screen tomorrow, bright and early at 7 a.m. with Jude and then 9 a.m. with Wahab. And, thanks for joining us. Enjoy your day.
Looking for everything made in Ghana? All in one place? Then get ready. The This is Ghana exhibition 2026 is here. A bold celebration of Ghanaian creativity, innovation, and excellence. From rich traditional crafts to modern cutting-edge solutions, experience the very best of Ghanaian products and services. Explore excellence across key sectors, including automobile, agriculture, education, health, hospitality, fashion, technology, food and beverages, creative arts, beauty, retail, and more. This is the biggest Made in Ghana fair, bringing together SMEs, startups, manufacturers, local creatives, indigenous corporate bodies, entrepreneurs, and innovative businesses all under one roof. Discover brands redefining quality, connect with industry leaders and innovators, creators experience the energy of Ghanaian enterprise and creativity. The date is 29th and 30th of August 2026. The time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Venue, the A4 Sutherland's Children's Park. Call 0205-973-973 or 0558-973-973 to register. Come explore, come connect, come be inspired. Discover the brands redefining Made in Ghana and experience the future of Ghanaian excellence. The This is Ghana Exhibition 2026 is powered by Channel One TV with support from City FM, and it's proudly sponsored by EcoBank, MTN, and the Ghana Investment Promotion Center.
Every day, across Ghana, stories unfold. Stories of hope, struggle, courage, and progress. At Channel One TV, we tell your story with truth and heart, giving voice to the people, holding power to account, and empowering change that moves our nation forward. Channel One TV, telling your story, empowering change.